to a new episode of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. These mics sound nice. I like it. Sound hit a little different. That sound a little different. You know, you like that.
I'm the RJ.
Only known as
The RJ.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
Wait, okay, so I accidentally hit like the type the text, and it said I'm DOJ, like Department of Justice. But then when it went to Google, it says BOK. I'm like, y'all just
making stuff up.
I realized now that wasn't as funny as I thought it was.
Who are you, sir?
Can he get the womp this week? Go ahead, the womp of the week. Go ahead, start that off right. Go ahead, give it to him.
Can we get through our intros first, please?
Oh, now we gotta wait for intros for sound effects and shit. Okay. Oh, now we gotta wait for the sound effect. Okay.
Dragging it out longer.
For sure.
Please, sir.
You gotta be self-deprecating, and you know, get the womp. Go ahead.
Please, sir.
It's your boy Caris,
the gentleman.
the everyday gentleman.
24/7. I was like, that don't feel right.
Yeah, it didn't
I think
feel
because we didn't do it in the flow of the context, so it didn't feel right.
Yeah, but better known as KD. Y'all know why.
Sport fact of the week.
February 1st, 1967, the 10-team American Basketball Association, better known as the ABA, was formed. NBA legend George Mikan was the commissioner.
Yeah, didn't he end up being like, this ain't what I expected it to be?
I believe
Mikan, so. Yeah. The ABA.
But I mean, it stuck around for almost 10 years. Gave us the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Gave us the dunk contest, which I think we'll get to later.
Yeah, we got some dunk contest content for sure.
Kind of opened up the game. So, shouts to the ABA.
Some legendary players came from the ABA too.
For sure. Dr. J, Iceman. I want to say David Thompson started there.
Connie Hawkins.
There you go.
Spencer Hayward. Like it's ABA has some talent. All right.
And no money.
And yeah, absolutely no money. No money. Wasn't one of like the owners, I think, for the New Orleans team, did they have like different signs on their door depending on what it was happening? Like they would be like, oh yeah, I own I think it was the Jazz at the time. I can't remember the team name, but they would have a sign they would put up for ABA business, but then other times it was a whole different business. Like it wasn't
like
they just
Dave's Lawn and Garden.
Changing out what it was for. Like, oh, okay. All right.
Multi-purpose room.
Pretty much.
I would say the owners of the Spirit of St. Louis, like they got the coldest deal ever. Like they got a percentage, like they got an ownership stake of like the TV deal for the NBA from like ABA merger, which was 76 through like 2000 something. So like as the TV deals, like I think it just got like written out in the last TV deal whenever
they were still getting paid.
Yeah. So like they got a percentage and they didn't have anything because like they got screwed out of like they were supposed to come over, but they only wanted 4 teams and they were still like an ABA franchise. So shouts to them.
Getting the percentage, man. Hey, know your worth. Get your percentages up. All right. We ain't gonna dilly-dally too much longer. I don't think I got any events or anything like that to announce. So let's get into the show.
Oh, wait, we do have one. Sorry.
An event announcement?
Shout out to our very own K Harris and at Rebook the Finish. They won our Royal Rumble pool this year.
Bark out here looking out for your boy.
Bro.
What you gonna do with your swag package?
Donate to somebody who don't got no swag package.
There you go. First person in the comments that said they want the swag package.
Yeah, hit us
first
up.
Person.
Let us know. You can get Ken's swag package.
If nobody says anything throughout this episode, then the first person to hit us up online on social media.
Yep. There you go. There you have it.
We'll let you know when it's been claimed. So go ahead, put your bids in.
That's why you need to show up for the beginning of the show.
You can get some stuff if you live on YouTube or the Good News app, man. But yeah, let's get into the show. All right, so NFL Conference Championships, they took place this weekend in the AFC for the first time since 1988. The Bengals are the AFC champions.
Who they?
They defeated the Chiefs.
Who they?
27-24 in overtime. And I saw a tweet that said Jake from State Farm ain't going to want to see Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers because the Rodgers rating and Patrick price clearly are broken because both of them look terrible in the second half. So Yeah, shout out to you gentlemen who thought the Chiefs were gonna lose. I still can't believe it.
I was sold on Joe, man. I've been sold on this kid.
Yeah,
When I saw him win the national championship, I was like, yo, that kid is special.
even his down year, not even down year, his rookie year last year, he
He
stayed.
was hurt though.
I mean, because he ain't got no line.
This is what his first full year
Mhm.
playing.
It's only his second season.
He ain't in Super Bowl. Like, come on now. Like, the kid is special.
Shout out to him, but Patrick Mahomes tricked that game.
That's what
off.
I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
He was
Like-
rattled in the second half for sure.
it was theirs to win. Did y'all agree with the play call going into halftime when the Chiefs tried to get that touchdown instead of kicking a field goal? When
I was
Tyreek
fine
Hill
with
got
like being
stopped?
aggressive.
Yeah.
Like a touchdown there basically ends the game. I mean,
Mhm.
looking at the final score, it would have been
Yeah.
the game.
Mhm.
The thing again, Patrick Mahomes tricked that game off. Like they had enough time to like kill the clock or throw it out of bounds.
Mhm.
He instead throws it to Tyreek Hill, expecting him to make a play. It's like there was nothing there. Like get rid of it, clock it, settle for the field goal.
Mhm.
So like they had enough time to get that last play off. He just didn't properly manage it. Similar to Dak Prescott. Like I don't hate the play call. It's just like like
Execute.
what the clock is. You know you got to execute.
Yeah.
I don't know if they panicked. I don't know what they thought it was, but they both like didn't properly manage the clock.
It was also a tale of two halves too for
Yeah.
Mahomes because
Facts.
Yeah.
first half, I mean, shit, it looked like they was finna run away with the game. I'm
Yeah, it
sitting
was
like,
ugly.
damn, come on, bro, like fight back, do something.
Touchdowns on each of their first 3 possessions.
It was rough.
After that third touchdown, I was like, I don't think the Bengals can stop them.
I was like,
And then-
no, if they just get one score, they just got to get one score and they good. They still there.
Mhm.
They got that stop right before halftime. I'm like, okay, that helps. I think didn't they score right before halftime?
It was 21-10 going into half. I
Yeah.
believe.
So I was like, okay, we got a game still.
Mhm.
Like, because if they didn't went into that with the 21-3,
Yeah.
no,
shout
no,
out to
it might
them.
not have been that way.
Shout out to the Bengals defense though. Like they definitely stepped it up.
they stepped up in the second half for sure.
I think there were times where it seemed like it was like all 11 was back. I'm like, bro, you better run, dog, because you ain't no way, boy. You ain't finna be bombings away on us all game and shit. Like, which is a great coaching adjustment, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because he had 55 yards, I believe, in the second half
Mhm.
total. Like, that's
It was paltry.
That's
Whatever the number was.
dramatic, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's a drastic drop from the first half when he put up almost 200.
He had over 200, I think, in the first
Mhm.
half. Like he was.
Like, he was setting records in the first
Mhm.
half.
So that's again a huge shout out to the coaching
Mhm.
because they had to make that adjustment. Yes, the players have to make the plays, but your coach go back in there and be like, "Hey, yo, all right, about almost half the time we finna rush 3,
Mm.
Yeah.
we finna drop 8."
Like I get it, but at the same time, it's like Patrick Mahomes making unforced errors, like that interception. You just threw it right to like a lineman. Like
No, that was a good play by the lineman because he batted it down. He ended up
he
hitting it and then
he
catching
was
it.
there.
He was
Like-
right there. He was. He tried
like,
to force
why would
that
you
one.
like, right. And then the sack that he took like deep in the fourth quarter when like it
Yeah.
knocked him back in.
When he
field
was
goal range,
when he
like,
had 15 minutes in the pocket.
yeah.
And he still
I'm
got
like,
sacked.
God
and
damn,
he
bro.
fumbled it. Like it was like you had money on Cincinnati apparently because like you were doing everything in your power to
Mhm.
lose that game.
Yeah, then when he was sitting there, I was like, okay, you take this sack. I'm like, that's a hellified coverage back there. And then I thought about it, I'm like, it was only 3 of them coming at it. They really had like 8 people. Back like, no, bro. It's gonna be 2 on each of the 2 on Reek, 2 on Kelsey, 2 on Pringle.
Mhm.
And like again, I understand that there was nothing there, but at that time, throw it away. Like you cannot take that sack.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
damn near like because if I remember correctly, like it was less than like 4 or 5 seconds left.
Mhm.
Whatever. Like
It was a good ass game though.
Yeah.
And then so I was explaining the overtime rules to my mom because I was watching at my mom's house, right? So she was like, okay, so how does it go? I was like, so if the team scores the touchdown, first team scored a touchdown, win the game. But if they don't score, they get the ball, the other team get the ball back, get a chance. She didn't think that was fair.
it
Mhm.
ain't.
I was like, that's what I said. I was like, it's not. But I was like, but this is kind of how the overtime works. I like, though, on the fair side of it is you get the opportunity to score if you could prevent them from getting a touchdown.
Mhm.
I like, so it was wild again. Like you said, Patty Mahomes was throwing the game away because third down or second down, he almost threw a pick.
Mhm.
Third down, he like, no, I'm gonna make sure you catch this motherfucker this time. Throw it right to you. I'm like, God dang, bro. Like, well, I think it was kind of deflected, I believe.
It was deflected, but it was a bad throw.
So it was it was amazing effort from the Bengals coaching staff, the Bengals defense, the Bengals players and themselves. They tried to keep Jamar Chase down. Man, still got a touchdown.
Hard to hold that man down.
But
Yeah.
T. Higgins stepped up big time for him at the end of the game.
Mhm.
Dude, huge as a bitch, bro. Like just
Yeah.
6'5". I think he like 6'4", 6'5".
T.
Like-
Higgins had 103 yards in that game. 6'4",
Just
6'4".
monster frame, dog. Like all you had to do is throw a little high pointed, and that was kind of one of the reasons why they drafted him and what made him so good in college.
Mhm.
They said once he get in the red zone, all you got to do is high point that mug on fade routes, and you easy money.
Mhm.
So if I don't know what they could do, but they got weapons. They got Boyd still too.
Yeah.
And they still got Mixon, that running back who can still catch passes out of the backfield. So
Mixon had a good game too.
Yeah.
with no line, bro, like what's gonna happen when they finally invest in a line over there? But Joe's still getting sacked like 4-5 times.
Yeah,
a
he
game.
do be getting hit.
He be getting smacked. If he ain't getting sacked, he's still getting pushed around.
It's crazy that the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl.
It's dope. I love
They
it.
were 2-14 2 years ago,
Yeah.
4-11-1 last year,
Yeah.
Mm.
and now they're in the
In
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
As somebody that grew up watching football in the 90s, like I never would have imagined
No.
the Bengals making
No.
like the Bengals and the Bucks winning championships within a calendar year is like
Crazy.
mind blowing to like 12-year-old me.
I remember writing. Well, I used to have some raps I used to write in high school.
All right, Easter.
Okay. Bars. Drop that beat.
And I remember there was one line I had some. It was like some about the Bengals, bro. I was like, it's like the Bengals being good. You can't fathom it, or something along the lines. And like that's how long they've been bad. Like I was in high school a while ago. 19, yeah.
Real long time
Look,
ago.
Tim got the senior
Oh, no, I was
hoodie
one of your
on.
senior
Yeah.
hoodie.
Oh yeah, my hoodie. Oh yeah, I
That's-
like that. You know, shout out
had
to Class
that-
07.
Oh, Seb,
Damn, y'all also.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
we 07, fam.
I forgot. I really don't.
Don't you ain't gonna want 07, fam. We ain't gonna do that.
We need two of the walls in this motherfucker.
06, you gonna sit down.
five,
I was
let's
about to say
go.
06
05
was-
Oh, they're all
We
five.
on 5 out here. You know, we
05 was
OGs
wild.
out here. What Duke 73?
Damn. What's the Kevin Hart sound, bro? Damn.
I had to, bro.
I'm sorry.
My bad. He called us
Hey,
straight for no reason.
For real.
He just turn the whole clip on my man. Like, hold on, bro. Like,
My bad. I
damn.
apologize, man.
Dude, don't be saying nothing to nobody. He be in the back chilling, minding his own damn business.
I ain't gonna do my guy went to the same
Oh,
high school I
shit.
did. He trailblazed for me, man.
Trailblaze.
Y'all ain't gonna do my guy
This gonna
like
be like, I don't know where y'all gonna record, but it ain't here.
and let me tell you,
See how y'all like that Zoom again.
Hey,
by yourself. Figure it out. Speaking of school, though, Cincinnati public schools are actually going to be closed Monday, February 14th, the day after the Super Bowl.
Like we either gonna be really happy or really
Exactly.
sad.
Everybody-
Everybody, I ain't gonna be in this motherfucker.
Too many emotions, bro. And it's a Monday. Why not?
Like we were saying when the Bucks was on their run, like just put your PTO in now because regardless of what happens,
The city gonna burn.
I ain't gonna be there. And seeing the Bucks get a championship after 50 years, like the sound of downtown after they won, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it
Until
was
the
lit.
bullets start flying.
Man.
you
And
heard
some-
that
and
before.
somebody-
I heard that shit.
And
before.
somebody ain't run.
Hey, listen.
The one time you supposed to run,
He
you're
was like,
running
"What is
ass
that?"
just looking around.
I was the first one gone.
She was gone. I was kind of
I
like,
think I texted her when it would happen. I was like, "These niggas down here shooting. We across the street from these niggas." Oh my God.
Did you
Yeah,
see
they
that?
hopped out the car bus and we're like, "Damn, she let that motherfucker loose."
damn.
Speaking of fuck shit in Milwaukee, on my way here, I saw somebody do a hit and run. Like
On what?
Damn.
they ran a red light,
Trash.
keep on somebody. I saw them back up and go on.
That's trash, bro.
I said I was tweeting somebody who one of my followers in Canada. We was going back and
Oh,
forth. and I-
famous comedian.
no.
Big
Mhm.
time.
And
Oh,
Hashtag
yeah.
big time.
no, I didn't say he was fat. He just lived in Canada.
Oh, you big time though.
And
International.
I said on
Oh,
what
shit.
in my tweet back to him, he's like, on what? What are you talking about? And I was like, my fault. I
he
forgot.
on- yeah.
Y'all, that's forgot.
Yeah, that
That's
is.
a Milwaukee
He's
term.
like,
Y'all
"On
don't know.
what?
He's like, I don't know what you mean.
Hey, then you be like, "On what? On what?
He was like, what?
What does that even mean?
Right. And I was like, oh, in this case, I'm expressing surprise. On what? Like I'm shocked. I'm
And then
sorry.
he came back like, "On what?
He didn't respond no more. That was it.
On what? That's what on what means."
That got weird.
Right.
Like,
oops.
just not respond here.
He thought she was
Alright.
playing Who's on First and shit.
Right. My bad. My bad. But yeah, shout out to the Bengals for winning that championship.
Yeah, shout
And
out. It's gonna be a good one.
yeah, still kind of shocked that Pat Mahomes just
Tricked it.
I mean, he can't win them all.
You can't. But
What am I?
you can also not trick him. You can just lose sometimes.
I mean, he been
You
what?
gotta
He been amazing. He been like Superman for how many years now? Like he bound to fuck up.
What's this, year 4 or 5?
This their 4th straight championship game. So
Yeah, like,
That's
come
So
on.
year 5 for him.
Like he been doing it. Like he
it's
Yeah.
his 4th
He's
year as
played.
a starter.
Yeah, he's played. He's been in
Every
the
year
league
he's
5
been a
seasons.
starter. Like they've made it to conference championship at home.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I heard I don't know if it was Fox. They had like brought in old players like Ingram and all of them were watching the game, and they was talking about how the Mahomes era in Kansas City has been like the worst stadium to play in. He said that they were sitting this close and can't hear shit.
Yeah.
So they were saying like it was the first game on defense that they couldn't communicate to each other. So they literally just signing damn near the whole game. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Oh,
They
he's
had
like
to sign at halftime. Y'all say
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh, that's probably why the defense
Oh,
be getting lit the
that's
fuck up, bro.
probably- yeah.
Motherfuckers be out there like that.
I was like, that's
Press!
crazy. Dog.
Press. No, what? Are we pressing? Back up. You in the zone. What the fuck you doing? He wide open up the field, 30 yards.
I was like, that shit has to be wild as hell. Trying to play, you like, yo, I can't hear.
Can't hear shit from no, bro.
That's crazy.
That's why
They
they be
said they
wide the
couldn't hear.
fuck
They
open.
couldn't hear whistles or nothing. Like you just looking at the ref, like, all right, what the fuck we
Are
doing?
we stopped?
Yeah, are we done? Like, what's going
I
on?
guess now we know why, because it be hella games we watching in Kansas City. Like, how the fuck is he wide open like this?
Yeah, motherfuckers
Now
be
you know.
lost. They be lost.
You can't even hear yourself say break from the huddle guy. Goddamn.
Wait, so did y'all see halftime though?
I didn't. So
I missed
I
it.
didn't see halftime.
Okay, so like they were doing like the live halftime show from Kansas City. They on the field,
Oh.
and then like you just see like this big ass like speaker sitting right behind.
And they were drowned out, weren't they?
They were drowned out by like the halftime show. So it's like from the Applebee's commercial, like that whatever country song that they play. Like you just heard that like over the entire. So like they're like sitting there, like they're doing their halftime show.
Yeah.
You can tell that they can't hear each other. They're just talking through their point.
I did see that clip. I saw the clip later on
By
because
the-
someone made a point, and then the other person was
He's
like, I don't know
like,
what you said.
but Kansas City was cold.
Whatever the fuck you talking about?
By the end, James Brown is like literally like doing sign language. He's like, my daughter made me learn sign language.
That's why he started doing that. Okay.
So he's like, I'm still like, so he's doing it to like the camera because like obviously the dudes don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But
I caught the tail end of that when he started signing. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, y'all want to? Yeah, okay. What's up?
I didn't see the halftime show. Shout out to the mayor. It was his birthday.
The
Shout out,
mayor.
happy birthday, boo. So one of the things he wanted to do was go to Dave's Hot Chicken because the opening
how
nominee
was it?
falls.
do you know? Because like I heard the line. was
Fam,
out
listen,
the
we
ass.
got there. The line, first of all,
That chicken hot. motherfucker.
outside, and then when you get, they were like, okay, so it's about 10 minutes to get inside. Then when you're inside, it's about a 30-minute wait. Then
Shit.
when you order, it's about another 10 minutes while we make the chicken.
2
So,
hour
it's an hour.
event.
It's about an hour. So I was like, oh, that's fine. That's cool. I'm not super hungry. So I just had the game on. Like, we in line. I got the game on. We just standing in line watching the game. Like, so, like, it's a quick way for an hour to go by watching
Yeah.
football. And then we get there. Of course, he ordered the Reaper, the hottest.
The
Of course
hottest
he
shit.
did.
Booty hole on fire.
And I was like, watching him eat. I'm like, so how is it? He go, it's good. I said, it's not like super hot. He was like, no, it has a good heat to it. Like if I ate like 4 of these, I'm sure I'd be like, man, it's real hot. But like,
God damn.
it's enjoyable. I was like, they made you sign a waiver, sir, and you just sitting there
He
like,
was like, this ain't nothing.
like he was. just
I've
like,
had
"Say."
his jalapeno poppers.
No, bro.
He just don't do hot, like
No,
shit just don't be
bro.
hot to him. Like it,
It don't.
Nah, bro.
Meanwhile, I had mild, and I was like, Lord Jesus, help! I had ordered mild, and I had got like some medium because not knowing where they.
Yeah, where it's
I
going.
said, you gonna eat the medium because I can't even do the mild. I'm gonna get light mild next time I
White
go.
mild.
so when we
I don't want
do
no
our,
spice on my shit.
our little thing, like maybe he should sub in for you.
Can he please?
That's
Can I stop
that
out?
nigga-
Nah, that ain't fair.
That's key.
How he get a
I
she
mean,
get a sub?
Exactly.
Do you want to sub?
Wait, and then you got the Reaper of Reapers
The
coming
Reaper-
through eating
the
all that
Green
hot
Reaper.
shit. He eating ghost peppers for fun.
You're also welcome to have a sub. Like if your spouse is willing to take your
What
place,
kind
or
of shit?
Yeah, my spouse is willing to take the place.
Of course he is. He want to try the damn shit.
He do. He's like, how many come in the box?
I already know. Nah, fuck that.
again, if
My
your spouse is
man's gonna
willing
be
to
over
tag
there.
in,
Oh, what's taking y'all so long? Nah, bro. Ain't got time for it.
you just mad that your spouse won't take the bullet for you. That's all I'm
When
hearing.
did we start subbing in spouses? Is the point.
When Ashley did the podcast for Eric,
That was a real long time ago.
And
you
anytime,
asked when.
and
I'm
anytime
telling
we
you when.
drink, she drinks for me. So
Drinking is
that is
different.
very.
Yes.
Drinking it.
There's philosophical differences with that drink thing. This chip is a chip, my nigga. Like, we all supposed to be eating this together.
You gotta take a nibble or something.
I said I'm taking a nibble.
All right, you gotta take a nibble or something though. He
For
coming in
sure.
hot. Hey, but back to Jim Brown, bro. James, bro, why he beat him his whole head, bro? This nigga literally, bro, beat him his. He like, hey, let me just get the whole can. Put the whole can on my
And the
shit.
crazy thing is, like, he don't even bring his hairline down.
At all,
Like,
bro. It
be on
still
top of
stopped
his
right
head.
here, and he got his whole shit. They just came with a paintbrush. It was like, all right, let me get this nigga on air real
Got to
quick.
get the ruler on there, bro.
It's like the big ass comical, like, black paint that Buddy used to use to slab it on.
I see Mark and Shells in the comments. Shout out to y'all, gentlemen.
What up?
Shout out,
Shout out,
brothers.
gentlemen. NFC. So the Rams are finally able to overcome their 6-game losing streak against the 49ers.
At least somebody did.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dude.
we beat them in the regular season. We ain't on.
They just, bro, they be terrorizing cats. No matter how bad you think they are, them motherfuckers be
So,
terrorizing.
The Rams beat San Francisco 2017 in the NFC Championship game.
How was it a road game for LA in their own home?
Knew that was
stadium?
coming based on the regular
Well,
season
yeah.
game. About 50%. And it's,
And they said them tickets was high as a food too.
I mean, it's like San Francisco, like
Mm.
Speaking of giving the game away, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy did what we thought he would do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
been
a
doing-
little
he been
bit
doing
different
that.
when it's Jimmy G versus
Right,
Patrick
Pat
Mahomes.
Mahomes,
Like,
We hold him to a higher standard than we do Jimmy G. But yeah, Jimmy did what he do. And
But he'll be a starter quarterback somewhere. Though.
They working on getting them traded right now as we
yeah,
speak.
this was his last game. He even
Yeah.
knows that was his
He'll be
last.
starting
I
somewhere.
mean, when they trade like
Trade up.
3 first-round picks or something like that for
Yeah.
Trey Lance, like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be the starter.
That's him going to Pittsburgh. You know, they go
And
get
I saw
that.
it. It was,
Well, yeah, that's right. They do need a quarterback.
Yeah,
it was an
Pittsburgh
interview that
fit for him.
came out with Jimmy G where he was mentioning like this my last game in San Francisco,
Mm.
and I'm proud of the effort I put in this season because like if you look at everything I overcame, because he was like, I was real hurt, like to the point
Mhm.
where like every time I threw the ball,
Mhm.
I was into like pain. And on
Is
top
it
of that,
finger
like
or his wrist or
his
something?
Shoulder,
his finger and his shoulder.
his thumb,
That's
his
right.
wrist.
And he was saying like even coming into training camp when you see your team trade up and go get a
Mhm.
quarterback, you kind of figure like, okay, my time's coming to
Yeah.
a close. And
Mhm.
they
Yeah, I'm
said
outta here.
that Trey Lance came into training camp hot. Like he thought he was like, oh shoot, I might.
Yo, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
But lucky for Jimmy, Trey started slumping a little bit, and
Mhm.
then he was able to keep his job starting. But he was just like, hey, I'm proud of this year, even though we
Yeah.
weren't able to
So,
win
I
the,
mean,
the game. Like
we know what we get out of him. So, wasn't expecting him to do too much.
So-
Like I said, he gonna be a starter next year somewhere.
He'll
else,
either
so.
be a transitional. He's gonna be a transitional starter,
Mhm.
or he'll be a game manager for a team who only
Yeah.
needs a quarterback to kind of get him over the hump. Which I
Exactly.
can see him
Yeah,
being
he
in
can
New
do that.
Orleans. I
Yeah.
can see him in New Orleans doing that.
I mean, depending on what coach.
That's all I was gonna say. It depends what coach
Yeah.
they get down there.
because then
Well,
without
like-
Sean Payton is different. Because before I kept saying like, oh, it would be cool to see Russ go down there, but that was assuming
Yeah,
they had
Sean
Sean
Payton's
Payton.
still there. Yeah,
Mark said Jimmy G to Tampa. Which
That's also another
yeah.
I mean, it's already kind of set up. You just need a game manager.
following Tom Brady again, eh?
mhm.
Yeah.
He's
Get
supposed to
you,
be the heir apparent. So.
Eh.
yeah.
get you Alex Smith.
I do want to shout out Matthew Stafford too, though. Like,
Yeah.
making the Super Bowl, like that's
Yeah.
big.
It's
That's
huge.
Big. That's big.
Odell.
Won his first.
Oh
Playoff,
damn!
won his first playoff game, and now he won another one. Now in the Super Bowl. Like, shout out to Matthew
It's dope.
Stafford.
Like what a year. What happens in a year, bro? Like this man was with. This man got traded like a year to the day or something like that. He got traded. Now this man in the Super Bowl.
I mean, they again draft capital. They knew what they was getting in Stafford.
Yeah, of course.
And when we
Yeah,
got traded
everybody knew
there,
he was.
we was like, bro, that's a cheat code.
Exactly.
And that's not even including Robert Woods. Like just him getting over there with
forgot
him
he
and
was, he was
Yeah.
hurt all year.
Mhm.
and we was like, dog. Like, well, at least me for sure. I can't speak for everybody.
When am I expecting Cooper Cup to get off?
No,
Not this
At
way.
all.
No.
Like, nah,
When
he was
he-
getting off.
I thought it was gonna be Robert Woods year like
Yeah.
that.
Was it his ACL last year? Like
For
Woods.
What?
no, Cooper Cup. Like he tore his ACL at least either last year or the year before. So like,
Mhm. I'm
the
not
fact
sure.
that he's back at, go.
I don't even remember that. Hold on, I'm
Mhm.
gonna look.
He missed a year. I just don't
Mhm.
remember which one.
Stafford. Going into the game, I was like, Stafford. He still got that NFC North line Stafford in him. He gonna give you the ball.
He's still the same.
Mhm.
Like,
He gonna give you the ball. He gonna air that bitch out, and he gonna part of that is gonna be airing it out to you too. He almost did. He almost
Dur-
cost him with
dur-
that.
Yeah.
Damn,
During
yeah.
that game, I'm like, they showed like the graphic about like how all in the Rams are. I forgot how much they've leveraged their future. Like you
Yeah.
better win.
Yeah, you
This
have.
year,
Yeah.
like this year.
hey, dude, can you click on Mark comment about Detroit? I need those watching on YouTube to see this in real time.
What
I
is
need
that?
them to Stafford and Eminem in the Super Bowl is the closest Detroit will get.
That's fucked up.
That's some
Also
wild
not
stuff.
inaccurate.
This is why we get hate mail.
This is why. Like, hey, shout out to Inaudible Ruckus. We fuck with y'all over there in Detroit,
Oh, yeah,
though.
definitely.
Like,
Shut up.
but Angry Man.
Yeah, Angry Man. And shout out to P. Flacco on Twitter. He mentioned the same thing. Like, yo, Detroit is the closest they gonna get. I hope that salty dude from last week hear you.
Oh, we still lurking.
I'm sure he has
Oh,
not listened to
man.
an episode since. But no, shout out to Matthew Stafford. Shout out
Yeah,
to
definitely shut up.
the Rams. We are not going to preview Rams
Yeah, we got 2 weeks.
Bengals this week. We're gonna do that next week ahead of the big game.
Makes sense.
And also have another question about for next week that I'm looking forward to talking about in regards to the halftime show.
Oh, indeed.
So, moving on. Tim, I saw you put some information in here about some betting cash outs that took place. And let me just say again, Wisconsin, I'm making a plea. Please.
Bro, I'm going to Illinois to put some bets on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm going to Illinois and put some bets on that damn big game. Because it's a couple of those that I'm like, dog, I would have definitely played these. I got some free money waiting. I just ain't been to Illinois. Hell yeah, I got some. Listen, okay. So one bet for this weekend. Dude, one person earned $579,000 after wagering a $20 2-leg parlay by guessing the exact scores of the final 2
$20.
games.
So-
$20.
Say that in simple English if someone's not familiar with
All right,
betting.
so pretty much he made a bet. He said, I'm gonna guess the exact score of the end of the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And if I win that, I get $600K damn near
Mm-hmm.
for $20.
Uh-huh.
Got that money.
He got it.
$20 got you $600K.
Right.
Like if y'all don't remember, it's fine. What were the final scores?
20-17 and 24,
27-24 for Rams or for Chiefs Bengals, and then it was 20-17 for Rams.
Niners.
So they weren't like outlandish. Like it
No.
wasn't like
Uh-huh.
26 to 14.
but to be someone who guesses both,
right. It's still
accurately, yeah,
was
like
dope.
For $20, you got 600.
see, that's why
That's dope.
when we was in Detroit, I
Boy.
put some parlays down on some wild.
I made some
odds
money in Detroit.
because I was like,
I will say that.
this $10 can turn into like 6 figures, so why not just
Yeah.
throw it down?
I turned 1 into 65. I turned 5 into 220.
So he was out here.
Like just
And it was all the house money because it was like, oh, you free first bets. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
shit, this okay.
Oh yeah,
okay,
he
I'll
out
try it
here
out.
there.
I still got a grand. Speaking of a grand free, I still got a $1,000 bet that I can make on the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to get over there. Speaking of that, some dude took his $1,000 free bet and put it on the Bengals winning the AFC Championship in October.
Mm.
His free bet gave him $60K.
Wow.
a free bet.
Free,
A free.
bet, bro.
House money.
That's crazy, dog. Free money.
that also shows you
That's
like
wild.
how much these places are taking in when
Oh,
they just give you free bets.
If they just, and they just
Hey, here go a free stack. Go ahead. Go
Free
ahead.
stack. I got that.
Go ahead.
Don't worry. I'm gonna use it for the Super Bowl. Fuck you, me. I get emails every day. Dude, please use your money. I will. I definitely
Don't
will.
rush
Give
me,
me a
but
minute.
I will.
Right. I'm waiting on the right time. Leave me alone.
I got one NBA bet for you once you're done.
Okay. And then another just easy money like some other people. 2-leg parlay for Tyreek Hill scoring the first touchdown and Cooper Kupp scoring the first touchdown for
In their respective games.
in their respective games. $100 turned into $4,200. Like there was money to be made this weekend.
Yeah.
There's always money to be
There's
made.
always
when
money to be
sports
made.
getting played.
Good Lord. I wonder how much Pat made. If you saying he was out here playing for the Bengals. Did he turn the 14-leg parlay?
I was like, how much did he turn?
14 legs.
Did he anticipate him throwing the last pick of the game?
They gave him what
Was it a prop bet?
500 million for his contract. Like what he turned that? He turned that into $3 billion.
Right.
So on FanDuel yesterday, somebody put down $102 on a Desmond Bain, Tyrese Maxey parlay for both of them to score 30. It hit, made $20,000.
Oh man.
That's crazy, bro.
I gotta go to
I need to
Beloit.
get up in
bro.
here,
Let me just drive to Beloit.
I
Bro.
need to
Don't
get up in here.
don't Pato got
No,
No.
Oneida in
Ah,
Green Bay.
But that's
dang,
some
that's
good
even
bet,
further than going to
It is.
Illinois.
You might as well drive down the other way.
At least the other way.
You
I
gotta
never
keep the
mind.
money in state. Like,
Nah, I hear you,
But
but
shit, open it up here. What the fuck you talking about? Y'all wildin'. Y'all gonna open up in the small part. Well, not the big part, the small part.
they want you to come up there to gamble. Packers and gambling. That's what you got in Green Bay.
in prison.
And prison.
Max.
A large. Yeah,
Exactly.
large prison.
Big ass
Lucrative.
prison.
Very lucrative.
You see Lambo in the prison.
And the casino.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
a whole
the
lot
casino.
of
You definitely see that
money.
casino.
Yeah, you do.
On the way there, they're like, "Hey, we got our own land on this side. Big ass right off the freeway. Can't miss us."
I had went in there. I was in Green Bay for a wedding, and my husband was in the wedding, so I was wasting time. So I just went to the casino.
Mm.
Was
They've
looking
been
for
talking about it all
blackjack.
day.
Couldn't find no blackjack table. I was like, "What's
Oh, for
going
real?
on?" I didn't unless I missed it. They
Where
might
was
not
this?
have it.
Wait,
In,
the-
on Green Bay.
I want to say it was the Sixers. Like they had the in arena, their games, like scoreboard games or whatever. So they had a dude on there playing blackjack. Apparently, he never played blackjack before. So like he hit on 20.
Oh no!
Oh my!
Oh
Lord.
no!
And everybody in the crowd was like,
Oh no! What is going on?
so like obviously he bust. Like I think a
Clearly.
jack came up,
Like right. If he didn't, I'd be surprised.
and he's like, we just gonna give it to you anyway. It's like
Yeah, but like you don't know. You
They
ain't know
don't
no better. You ain't know no better.
like obviously them games be pre-rigged, so like they don't expect you to.
Hit on 20.
Right.
They probably shot like we wanted to get you this prize.
We're trying to get you the bag. What you doing?
I do want to shout out. I want to shout out. Speaking of blackjack, I want to shout out Tim for helping me master blackjack.
For sure.
Hey,
Let me tell you something. This,
Car count.
no,
No,
not
no,
just-
no, we
just
don't do that. What you talking about?
The strategy of it. Like there's certain like he just
I was like, they break legs and bash heads for that shit. What you talking
right.
about?
Yeah, ain't no-
They put that Tim face in that motherfucker.
Hey, I ain't got
Don't-
time for that
If
shit.
you see this man in the building, get him the fuck up out of here.
We're gonna move on to the NBA All-Star news, but like for real, like Tim through Grand Theft Auto, because on Grand Theft Auto you go to the casino. He taught me the ins and
That's
outs of
correct.
blackjack on the video game. I went to Vegas with my mom and my cousin, and
Uh-huh.
I made some money. And I was sitting there
You make
like,
some money in Vegas.
man, Tim really was he put me on, man. Put me
When
on.
me and Sam went, I made her some money at the table. Like we was playing, and I was like, all right, this how you do this. So I was losing my money, but she was getting it up. So I was like, okay, we go double on yours then.
And then we get a table that's like working. Like when a table is good,
In
like,
tandem.
I'm like, don't get up. We good here.
Can I sit down? Hey, pick your money up, bro. Don't you sit down. Don't just throw your money on the table like that.
We
You
good
interrupting us.
So, NBA All-Star news. The starters were named. In the East, you had DeMar DeRozan, Trae Young, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid. In the West, you had Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Andrew Wiggins, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic. So,
James.
when y'all saw the starters, how did y'all react? Did anything stand out to you?
I mean, outside of Wiggins, no. No. I mean, Andrew Wiggins being a starter, no. Yeah, I mean, that didn't shock nobody, did it?
I mean, I've been following the return, so it didn't like shock me, but
I wasn't expecting to be
The
a
fact that it
starter.
actually happened.
the fact that it actually happened.
Yeah. I was-
Really? Y'all let this happen?
I just never thought I'd see the day.
But that's why I said I was happy for him. We
exactly.
was talking about it in the
happy
group
for him,
chat.
bro.
It was more so like, okay, no
I'm
matter what
happy
the
for
fuck
him.
nobody say no more, you can't call him a bust. He's an all-star.
Yeah.
I mean,
If that's your
if everybody is saying like
criteria.
you're an undeserving all-star, like it don't really lead-
True,
it's
but
like,
at the same time, he got it on his belt.
Yeah.
Jamal
I'm-
McGlory's the all-star.
He been
too,
playing
so,
well though.
Jamal McGlory was nice for a minute though. What you talking about?
Okay.
He went all.
I liked him in NOLA.
Okay.
All right. But
Like to lay out the not the candidacy, but like how this happens is like basically his competition would have been Gobert and Draymond Green, and like we know how defense gets rewarded
Mhm.
amongst the fans specifically, but then also players don't fuck with Gobert,
Yeah.
and then the media like whatever. So it makes sense like how it happened because he got so much of the fan vote, and the fact that so many front court players in the West are injured this year, like AD,
Uh-huh.
Kawhi, Paul George. Like those are people that will be in every year. Yeah.
hey, can you click on Shell's David Stern comment? He said, David Stern wouldn't let that
No,
slide.
Stern would have pulled the plug on that motherfucker.
Because in case you don't know, what helped get Wiggins' numbers up was there was a K-pop sensation by the name of Bam Bam who was
Bam.
advertising for
He's an
Wiggins
ambassador for
to
him.
yeah.
We gotta figure out how to penetrate the
K-pop community. No.
Man, listen, we
No.
man,
That
we'll
ain't
blow
sound
up.
right, but you know.
Man, we know what you mean. You're taking what you putting down.
Mhm.
But to your point, given the rash of injuries that they have had, like it doesn't make him being selected feel like as big of a snub to someone else as it
Right.
could be.
Mhm.
There were some people who were shocked to see that Ja Morant was named the starter over Chris Paul.
I mean, Chris is hooping.
I was.
He is.
Chris is hooping.
He's going to be an all-star.
Ja's a little more flashy with it though. If you
Flashy
would.
helps with a fan vote.
It
Yeah.
does. which is why they're getting it. And he's the young cat. He 2-hand blocking off of backboards and shit. Like,
Yeah, but you can't take it away from him. Ja's
you can't take it away from him at all.
He been balling.
But in the same token, Chris Paul is fucking balling.
And he gonna be an all-star.
It's like,
And
I
then
mean,
it was
it's
like
the
we've
same-
seen this too. Like Chris Paul does this consistently.
And it's the same thing that y'all said to me about like Trae Young. Like the numbers are kind of undeniable at a certain point, and like
Yeah.
Chris Paul doesn't have the numbers. Like obviously we know what he's doing. We know the impact that he has on the Suns, but like he's averaging like 13 points a game or something like that. Like
Yeah.
and he's not hitting his threes. Like
Mhm.
it's a down year statistically for Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And
But
Ja
because
is
he's
making
Chris
the leap. So it's like
He's averaging about 15 and 10.
Okay.
so he's upticked it because it was like 13.9, I think.
Yeah,
I
about
guess
15,
it's
14.8, 15 to 10. So, I mean, the 10 is where I was like, golly, like he hasn't averaged 10 assists since
probably 3 years ago.
longer than that.
That's why everyone
Because he had
numbers
Harden.
up.
Since the 2015-16 season when he was a Clipper.
Mhm.
Last time he averaged double-digit assists.
And Booker and 8 numbers are proving the reason why his assists are up.
At some point we're gonna have to have a conversation about the Suns. Not right now.
The motherfuckers is
Oh, I know we can have a conversation about right around All-Star break. But yeah, like that being said, though, we have our starters listed. Who else do y'all think should fill out the rosters? So 2 more backcourt, 3 more front court, and then 2 wild cards.
Okay.
Hmm.
LaMelo.
We can start. Y'all want to start East?
Yeah, let's go East.
Okay,
I'm saying LaMelo for sure.
Spoiler alert, I have no other Bucks.
I think that's fair. Like, it's an
I
argument
looked
to
up
be
the
made.
numbers. I didn't because I wanted to put Middleton, but I looked at his numbers against other people. I was like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, Middleton is somebody who more recently started playing
Yeah.
like at an all-star level, but
Mhm.
he started the season kind of slow. And then I was saying Drew for the while, but then he got hurt too and he missed some
Yeah.
games. But then it's kind of like who hasn't missed games at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Especially now, yeah.
Drew was on a run doing that when
yeah,
everybody was hurt. Oh my
when he
god,
when he had a rhythm.
he was hooping.
Yeah.
When he had a
That little step back was just money.
I love how you
That little his step back so weak. I feel like, man, that little
But it's just
it's
enough.
effective. Yeah, it's just enough.
He shoots from here. That'd be so quick. Like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
That little baby step back. He be cashing though.
baby step.
It's a little baby step
That
back.
and the side, his little side hop. I like that one too. I was like, okay. Because I'd definitely be like, oh, hell no, bro. He smacked that bitch.
All right, so in the East, you said LaMelo.
Yes.
Is there y'all have LaMelo as a all-star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides Garland.
I
Man,
would-
Garland
yes.
gotta be in
Okay,
there.
yeah,
I
got
need
to.
for
Garland.
sure.
I need Garland
Yeah.
in there.
I like him.
Jimmy Butler's a starter in my book,
Yeah.
or not a starter, an all-star.
But
in my book.
also Levine. He's
I think-
another
What's
one.
that for sure?
Y'all got Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got hurt.
Yeah, like again, numbers is undeniable, bro.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he was not playing well.
No.
No, but his numbers.
But
are
his
there.
numbers is playing well.
Yeah. Exactly. The numbers are there.
I mean, like, but again, like if we're going position wise, like LaMelo's a guard, Garland's a guard,
And
Harden's a
So
guard,
that's
Levine's a guard. Like if those are
Levine,
the
he
fours,
played-
then those are your 4 guards.
Levine could be a 3-2 though.
No, I'm,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
saying
you
like
get-
what they're listed.
Oh,
as.
okay.
Yeah, he's definitely a 2.
oh yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
then that's your 2 wild cards. So
Oh, all right. Well, shit.
ain't no more guards. So ain't no
Oh,
Drew
well, Tatum-
Holiday, ain't no
Well,
Fred
Tatum
Van
a
Vliet.
forward, right?
Who?
Tatum
Ain't no
played-
damn thing.
Tatum-
man.
Tatum's a forward. I
Tatum's
think
a
he's,
forward.
Yeah,
he's
so
front court.
Tatum,
He's front
okay.
court.
I also wouldn't vote for him, but
Yeah, I got Tatum.
I would. I mean, he be hooping. He still be like, at the end of the day,
like his counting stats are good. Like if you look at his like how he's getting them count stats,
No, he's not efficient.
no, hell no, hell no.
I haven't watched
The
him.
school of Kobe.
Like, he's-
Who's efficient from the school of Kobe?
Hey, bro, relax. As long as you get there, that's
So-
all that matters.
Y'all didn't say Fred Van Vliet.
No.
I looked at
that's
his
why I
numbers, too.
like. I'm not sure if I have.
Oh, Shell said who is going to replace Kevin Durant? It's another good question. Because you're gonna have to have another sub and
Tobias Harris.
absolutely
got-
not.
Once they name the
Wow.
actual teams, then we got that conversation.
Yeah.
Because at this
Oh.
point, like, would just be pick an extra forward.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton.
He might make it.
He could.
Yeah.
I mean, with,
he
with the
could.
rash of
Yeah,
injuries,
he
like
could.
it's not out the realm of possibility.
But
What
remember, it's
about,
not forwards; it's front court.
Yeah.
So then you got to throw in centers with that too.
What's the name? The other guy from Cleveland. Allen.
Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen. He
I
could be one.
like Jared Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know if he
I
awesome.
don't think he's gonna be an all-star.
Mm.
He's having a good season though.
I like. I'm a fan of. I'm a Jared Allen fan.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think people are gonna want to reward Cleveland for the season that they're having.
Yeah.
That's why I think Garland. I think Garland should be
Garland for
the Cavalier that makes the All-Star game.
Yeah.
But it may be like where people are like, okay, well, I kind of want to get Harden in, I kind of want to get Van Vliet in.
There's a lot of
And
guards.
like if I want to have a Cleveland player, like I can pick Allen, and then I'm just saying like how it might happen, like not necessarily how we should formulate our ballot.
And
but-
that's the thing with how they have the ballot set up, like going back to Wiggins being selected as the starter, where it's like if you can fudge it in a way where you got 3 guards for Chicago
Mhm.
on the ballot when they ain't 3 guard spots,
Mhm.
like you be able to fudge it in a way too to like allow
it's
other people in.
positionless
Right.
anyway.
If we already have wild cards for the bench, like why not have 2 guards, 2 front court, and then a wild card for starter?
I like that.
Makes sense.
Because
I
then
like
you can fit Book in, you can fit Chris Paul in, Luka, whoever you want. Like there are plenty of guards that are worthy of a starting spot over the people that are in the front court for the West.
Someone
right now.
might say then that might slight centers going forward because the center might not get a vote in because
Yeah,
the front
because
court could be like.
I mean, the top 2 in MVP right now are probably Jokic and Embiid. So I don't.
I hear. I'm just the counter argument would be like
Mhm.
it might slight centers going forward if you don't have to have 3 front court positions. But
I mean, like centers are already slighted. Like if they're not good enough, you know what I mean? Like so,
that's fair. That's fair.
the cream rises to the top.
That's fair. That's fair. There's a lot of deserving players who could be all-stars, which always makes the selection, so interesting. And we'll know on Thursday who the reserves are. But in the West, who do y'all think should be some reserves?
Suns backcourt.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Suns.
I think that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And then Luka.
Yeah, Lucas picked it up over last month.
Yeah, the Mavericks first. I know we're gonna talk about
Jalen
teams,
Brunson.
but
He ain't all-star.
No,
but he's
not an
good-
all-star.
Yeah, he cooking, but
Cooking.
not all-star though.
but yeah, the Mavericks have been playing well.
To finish the point about the East, I might have Van Vliet over Harden, but
That's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I think Van Vliet like averaging 19 and like
it might
7
be
or something.
It might be like the inverse of like Jason Tatum, where it's like every time I see him against the Bucks, like Van Vliet is like murdering. them. So I'm a little biased because like
Van Vliet's averaging about 22.
22, really?
22
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
and 7 assists. And surprisingly, 4.7 rebounds.
Well, shit.
That man is listed at 6'1". And I do not believe he is 6'1".
hell no.
Don't believe
He
that.
might be the shortest person at this table.
That's saying something.
Tim, what?
Huh?
You're short.
I got shoes on, bro. What you talking about?
All right, what's your shoes on? How tall are you?
Tall enough.
Donovan Mitchell, is he an all-star this year?
I say yes.
He's missed a lot of time.
He has.
He missed a lot of time.
Gobert is.
Yeah. Draymond for sure.
You think
for sure.
Draymond?
Yeah, I think Draymond.
He should
Yeah,
be.
I can see.
Well, he should.
Again, like by the time All-Star come around, he's missed like a month.
What about Cat? No, I said Cat when
I'd
we
say
talked
Cat,
about
too.
starters initially.
Yeah,
If Cat's
I'd say
not an
Cat.
all-star, I'm gonna feel like that's a snub in my book.
Yeah,
He
for
has
sure.
to be an all-star this
Yeah,
year.
most definitely.
He has to be.
Yeah, that's all right. What about Anthony Edwards?
I'm about to say you bring his buddy with him.
No, it's just Cat.
You don't like Anthony Edwards? He
No,
put up
it's-
numbers
It's
though.
not that I don't like Anthony.
He put up
Anderson.
numbers though.
They ain't good enough to have 2 all-stars. And if I had to pick one, it's Cat.
Yeah, I get you that.
That's fair.
It's Cat.
And it's balling.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Anthony, he putting up numbers.
Yeah.
Any
22,
other
5, and
Lakers?
3.
Any other Lakers?
Not a damn.
Shit.
I don't think so. I think it's just LeBron.
Can we get
this
the
year.
one of the niggas that mop and shit?
Send the ball, boy.
Exactly. Get one of them motherfuckers.
I mean, LeBron is.
Yeah, it's just Brown. It's just Brown. That's it. That's all. That's it.
Durant is over him and Embiid by 0.2 points. They the motherfuckers averaging 29
That's why. That's
a game.
why. LeBron out right now. He's been carrying these. Man, listen.
Literally, that's why. But his knees that can't hold up shit. When you carry the weight of the world on your damn shoulders.
So like, did he actually get hurt? Or because like the first game that he missed, Frank Vogel was just like, oh, he woke up and it was like he was sore and it was a little swollen. Or,
Yeah.
And like now it's been like 3 or 4 games. I'm like, did he actually get hurt? Or is
I
it
don't
just
know.
like
they were saying that.
he old and like his?
I'm thinking,
he woke up with a
I'm
bad-
thinking he just swole. He had some swelling, his feet hurting, knees hurting. The guy just got walk around with ice packs on.
Too much salt last night.
Hey man, he should have ate them tacos. It was Taco Tuesday.
I forgot he said that.
He put too much.
That always felt kind of racist. To
I was gonna
me,
say
but,
somebody
like,
must have gotten his ear because we done stopped doing the.
It's like it felt. It felt. Well, I don't know, bro. I don't know about all that.
Oh shit.
They let him have it for a while though.
They did. Like people
Yeah.
was drawing them and everything, and I'm like, dang.
Had Anthony Davis over there
Big ass hats
before
and
he
shit.
was a Laker.
Right.
That's how he became a Laker.
Hey, man, relax.
That's how he became a
Now
Laker.
your niggas is tripping. He there now.
Braun with the big dog treatment. Man, listen.
Hey man,
What,
he
weed?
earned this shit.
You said what?
I said, what, weed?
Oh shit.
Yikes.
Hey, that helps. Hey, I bet
Sure,
the
for what
knees won't
else?
hurt.
Pain be gone.
Hey, let him hit something for the game. He gonna be out there. Damn, what is that? Hey, he done hit the fountain of youth in this motherfucker.
His step back or his little look down gonna be even slower.
I
Bro,
swear.
you gonna be staring at the damn ground and shit.
Hey,
You're stuck, bro. Like, Brian, you gonna shoot?
What you doing?
oh my bad, shit.
Shoot. He had that Gary
Yeah.
Payton before the
Damn, I
game.
was
He
stuck.
had him feeling any kind of way.
You out here on that pack.
That's one of my favorite phrases. Spoken that insert whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pack. It took me a while. I was like, wait, what y'all talking about? I was like, okay. All right. I feel you. So Cole Anthony, Jalen Green, Obi Toppin, and Juan Toscano Anderson have committed to the 2022 Slam Dunk Contest.
Shout out
Okay.
Marquette.
Shout out Marquette for
Cool.
sure.
For
They've been playing. They picked it up too, Marquette. But
They'll check it off. Sorry.
hey, I don't expect coming in. This is a complete aside, but coming into the season, I didn't expect much from Marquette because they're such a young team with a new coach. But like they have been impressing me. We're gonna talk about coaches soon, Mark. Don't you worry. But how do y'all feel about the slam dunk contest participants this year?
I know Obi. I know he
Yeah,
can jump.
he got some.
Obi
He got
can
stupid
jump.
booms.
I
Yeah.
think Jalen Green might show up.
They're all good dunkers.
Yeah,
They all got, oh my God. They gonna be jumping over the backboard.
for real.
Like
all of
this
them
breed of cats is different, dog. Like
Yeah.
it used to be a feat to be able to jump and be able to like max out the vert. Everybody maxing out the damn vert now. Like, what you got? Like
Yeah.
shit, he's 7 feet. He still got a 42-inch vert.
Yeah.
There was a dunk contest I never know I'm gonna get, so I
That's
just
what
kind
I'm
of
saying,
always
like,
go into it like, please, I hope I'm entertained.
Under promise, over deliver.
For
That's
sure.
what-
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, the 2016 dunk contest, I didn't go into it thinking like, oh, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon going to put on an all timer.
Oh, my
I
God.
ended up watching them being like, my God, what
Yeah,
is?
they clowning.
And I want the record to state again.
Zach LaVine won.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron
I mean,
Gordon.
Aaron
Aaron
Gordon.
Gordon
Oh yeah.
should be a 2-time
Yeah, he should be.
dunk contest champ. But anyways, Volume Sports on Twitter, the Volume Sports, that's their Twitter account. They tweeted out something I wanted to ask y'all. Speaking of dunk contest, they
Okay.
said Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, and Zach LaVine. Who's winning that all-time dunk contest?
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. I'll still get you Carter.
Nobody's beating Vince Carter. in the dunk
Creativity.
contest.
Like, yeah.
Zach.
Zach LaVine though.
So I saw someone post and they was like, put nostalgia to the side and just look at who's dunking here. And really, to me, the only answers are Vince Carter or Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
No offense to Jordan.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
No offense to Kobe.
No.
But like dunk contest,
Yeah.
it's one of those two
Mhm.
that will win
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Mark said Vince Carter. I feel you. I feel you. I just want Zach LaVine to get some respect, although I think
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah.
Gordon beat you in the dunk contest. But
Uh-huh.
in this foursome, you'd be in the finals for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Most definitely.
For sure. For sure.
Most definitely.
They did name the Rising Stars. I don't know if you want to go through the list, but
Did
For
they?
sure.
yeah.
Can you someone pull up the list? Because I'm gonna preface it by saying how they're changing the Rising Stars game this year. So it's a whole new format. So instead of having two teams evenly split, before they would have rookies and sophomores. Shells also had Vince Carter winning that as well. They would have rookies and sophomores, and they had like USA versus World for a while. And now what they're going to is 4 teams, each one made up of 7 players.
Mhm.
So a combination of 12 rookies, 12 sophomores, and 4 G League players, G League Ignite players.
Okay.
Which to me, I was like, ooh, I like that little G League wrinkle in there. So you're gonna get those 4 teams with 7 players on it, and each game will be played to a set score rather than on a timer. So
Okay.
it'll be 3 games played, 2 semifinals, with the winners then playing the championship game, and then using the NBA's 75th anniversary theme. The semifinals will be played to a target score of 50, and the championship game will go to 25. All the teams will be coached by members of the NBA's 75th anniversary team.
That's dope.
Much like when they introduced the target score for the All-Star game, it's like I just got to see it in practice. Like you can describe it as like it
Yeah,
just
until
sounds
you
like a bunch
see
of
it,
numbers,
yeah.
and I don't know.
Yeah, break it down 4 teams. I like how they only have 7 players on each team, because then that means everybody's
Everybody
gonna
gets
get
to
some
play.
runs.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be some real runs.
Mhm.
Each team will have one of the G League Ignite guys on it.
Okay.
And they just gonna be hooping. Like that's
I don't know if
what
you
it comes
said
down
this.
to.
What's up?
How are they picking the team?
They are picking the teams. The assistant coaches. Wait. The coaches are going to be drafting the rosters.
Okay.
So out of the 12 sophomores, 12 rookies, and the 4 G League players, they're going to be a draft.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a public draft,
Mhm.
but that's how the teams will be picked.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yep. So the rookies that were named to the Rising Stars: Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Ayo Dosunmu, Chris
Ayo!
Duarte, Josh Giddey, Jalen Green, Herbert Jones, Davion Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Alperen Şengün, Jalen Suggs, and Franz Wagner.
Hey, I'm with that.
Hey, my MVP for that game is gonna be Josh Giddey.
Okay.
Giddey be man.
I don't know
Giddey
if
wilding, dog.
is he All-Star game
I
like
don't. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm not sure.
He just be hooping.
I know, but I'm saying like
Wait,
All-Star
keep naming,
MVP
'cause
is like
MVPs. It's also the sophomores in here too. So who else
sophomore.
is? Yeah.
Precious Achua, Cole Anthony, LaMelo Ball, Desmond Bain.
Talking about
Exactly.
MVP.
That's a walking
LaMelo
All-Star
made for
game,
them.
I'm gonna say highlight reel.
Wait,
yeah, he made for it.
Sadiq Bey, Anthony Edwards,
Woo!
Oh, shit,
That's
Anthony
gonna be
Edwards, too.
good.
Tyrese
be
Halliburton,
good.
Tyrese Maxey, Jaden McDaniels, Isaac Okoro, Isaiah Stewart, and Jay Sean Tate.
It's gonna be, we're gonna be excited.
LaMelo with Anthony though.
I don't know.
They
who-
might not be
what
on the same
team's
team.
gonna be, but and who
They-
are the do they have the G League?
They don't have G League.
Okay, listen. We've said this before, but there's a lot of great young talent in the
It
league.
is.
And I know many people don't watch the Rising Stars game, but if you're hearing my voice, I'm going to encourage you to watch
Do it.
because these young dudes is really out here hooping, and it makes me feel comfortable. Like the league's in good hands. It's kind of like when I look at like the AFC, like we're gonna talk about players who retired in the NFL and whatnot. But when you look at the next crop of quarterbacks coming up,
Mhm.
like that's
Yeah.
I'm cool. I am cool.
The leagues are in good hands.
Yes. These young dudes really be out here doing their thing. But speaking of football, let's just get right into the football stuff here. Just give y'all a quick update of where some things stand with some head coaching and general manager vacancies that have been filled. The Bears, they have found their GM and their head coach and put them together for you, King. So I know you got something to say.
Yeah.
GM, Ryan
Prepared.
Poles. And
Always.
for the head coach, I don't know how do you say his last name?
I don't know. I just called a nigga
Matt E.
New Matt.
Exactly. Hey, new Ryan and new Matt. It's the next Ryan and Matt.
It
So
was a joke that said that,
Everfluss. I'm gonna say Everfluss.
it was a joke that said that the reason that they hired those two was so that y'all own her. I forget her name. I know she's
Virginia.
older.
She
I think,
old
right?
as shit.
She wouldn't have to learn no new name. She can still say Matt and Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
That was the easiest change they had to do. You know how they take the name off? They probably just took the last
Flip-flop.
names off and
Just-
shit. Well, let's take this off.
But what are your thoughts on the Bears hires?
I'm happy. I'm glad that they hired a black GM, and he's young. He's 36. A lot of people don't know he was actually a Bear for a little bit.
Mm.
Womp
Niggas ain't shit. But no, just the full circle moment for him, like being undrafted, and then now being the GM of the Bears. He worked his way up. He was 24 when he actually got over there by the Chiefs, and he literally worked his ass off to get where he is now. I'm excited. He's saying all the right shit right now. He's making us feel good.
Talking about some week the North gonna come through us.
Hey, we confident. You know, he did a whole reel and shit. They had a whole video of his ass pulling up,
I saw
walking
that.
in. I was like, I see what y'all do. I see what y'all trying to do.
He's like, let's get to work.
They did, hey, it was slick though how they did it for the coach when he walked in. Like everything lit up and it was lightened by every step that he took. Like the hallway
Like
lit
Billie
up.
Jean.
It was slick. It was slick. Hey, motherfucker was slick. I was like, they out here clouding. I was like, I see what y'all out here doing. Y'all spending too much money now.
Too
niggas.
much money in the wrong
We need to
spot.
get some
That's what
more
your problem
We need
is.
the whole line out this motherfucker. Y'all spending more lights.
I am not amused with the theatrics.
But
Then
no.
this motherfucker gonna say, we're gonna take over the North and we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
he said. We gonna keep
Yeah,
it.
who gonna take it from us?
The team
Oh.
that's been on top
Who
for
gonna
the
take it from
last.
us?
I will say
2
I do like
decades?
I do like his
3 decades?
his philosophy though. Him and the coach.
Yeah, it
As
makes
far
sense.
as the player personnel that y'all gonna
Yeah,
acquire.
exactly. And that's what I'm excited that we got. It seems like we have two people that know what the fuck they're doing instead of having two people that just try to scramble when
Y'all
shit
just
doesn't
met
work.
these niggas. What you talking about?
I said what I just said. It looked like they know what it looked like niggas, what he did in Kansas City. It looked like he knew what he was doing. So I just have to trust the process at this point. With Matt, our head coach, I was salty because I was looking for, like, especially when we was talking about Caldwell, I was like, dog, that'd be perfect. Like, he has the experience, he know how to build a team. I was like, especially for Justin, that'd be dope. So I was salty about that, but like I don't know. I was looking up like Matt's resume and like everything looked good.
He
Like
was the Colts defensive
yeah,
coordinator.
defensive coordinator. Yeah, and then everything like they said that he's a good leader, that he's a player's coach. He knows how to communicate. They said like everything on paper.
Defensive
looks
coordinators
alright.
have always been tricky because of the fact of the players. Like if you have
Yeah.
a coordinator with a good, like the Colts defense had DeForest Buckner.
Mm-hmm.
You got Darius Leonard.
Uh-huh.
Then they had D Ford for a minute. Like that
Uh-huh.
front four just for the Colts alone was
Yeah.
formidable as crap. So you got a pass rush like that, and then you got a linebacker like Darius Leonard.
Uh-huh.
Like that makes your job a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, I think that we evaluate like coaching hires not necessarily the wrong way, but I think that people put too much emphasis on like what their unit did last year. And it's like, I get that it's a results driven thing, but like sometimes like there's a different skill set that you need to be like a position coach or be a offensive defensive coordinator versus a head coach. So like it's more about like intangibles and like organization as far as like head coaching, as opposed to like having, you know, defensive play calling and offensive play, like that type of stuff. Like Matt LaFleur's offense in Tennessee wasn't anything necessarily to write home about before he got hired by the Packers, but like his offenses have been great like since he's been here. So it's like I get looking at what they've done in the past, but like I don't think that stuff is necessarily as important as like what they need to do as a head coach. If that makes sense.
And then like with us, like the most important pieces that we had was like, okay, we have a GM, cool. Okay, now we have a head coach. Then now it's like shit, we have to get a offensive coordinator.
You got one.
Yeah, and then I don't know shit about him.
He coached Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
But I'm saying like, is he? I don't know if he's good. But did he run the offense?
No,
Or
he was the
forerunner?
quarterback's coach.
So what the fuck?
Hey, and I get why he left.
But I
Green
don't
Bay.
know.
Hey, you
dude.
offer him a chance to call plays. He said, "I'm in there."
But can he call plays?
We're gonna find out.
Why we gotta be together?
Everybody starts somewhere.
I know.
You
I don't
work
know,
your
man.
way up, man.
Like I said, I'm trusting the process, yo. Like I said,
What
shit.
y'all gonna do with Mac?
We here now.
Y'all putting them back. Y'all going 4-3 now. Y'all going out of the 3-4. Y'all coach said y'all going 4-3.
Yeah.
Is Mac now a defensive end, or is he going back to the middle of the field?
Just rush him on the edge.
That's a completely different philosophy with that 4-3, because you need a legitimate, like those type of schemes. Usually, you have a traditional defensive end. You don't have the tweener linebackers who usually use at the pass rush.
Yeah,
But we have a fast defense too, though.
And some
our linebackers are super athletic too. So I feel like we'll be fine.
And some guys, when you talk about transition, I'm thinking like Aaron Campman when we transitioned our
Yeah.
defense. He did not.
No.
He did not transition well. But I don't have that same concern with someone of the talent level of Mac. Yeah, like it's like
Plus like he was a DN in college, so it's not
it's not foreign to him if he has to put his hand down. Like he'll be all right.
Well, I'm excited, man. It's a new regime. We starting fresh, man. It feels good to have a fresh start and actually have a quarterback in place.
Yeah.
Because normally it's like, oh, we fresh start, but then our online still trash, so we gotta figure that shit out. But at least we know we got our guy. We got all our guys now, so let's see what we can do.
Y'all sound like y'all draft like Al Davis. We want the fastest, biggest athletic guys on the field with the most explosiveness at all times. I'm like, bro, this sounds like the Raiders.
Hey, turn them into a killer, man.
Necessarily, but hey,
I'm excited.
Listen, with the way that the Packers are looking, we don't know where they're going to be this upcoming season. I could see why you would feel good about where y'all stand. So
yeah, I ain't saying we off top. We for the just be dominating, but we gonna get there. We gotta trust the process. Hey, trust the process. That's what I'm doing.
The Giants hired Joe Schwan. Doesn't say last night as the GM. Vikings hired is it Quasi Adolfo Mensa, and they also hired what's his name to be their coach?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh leaving Michigan, coming back to the NFL.
Breaking news. Dun, dun, dun.
That makes sense.
Have fun.
They've been talking about him the last like 3-4 days. It was, oh man, he sounded like he seemed real interested in the job.
Yeah, he
interviewed for it. Like damn,
he was jacking it down hard though when they was asking him before. Oh no, I'm happy.
Leaving Michigan.
I'm happy in Michigan.
Michigan is perfect.
It's not about the money.
They took an L. Oh shit, you know,
Let me get about this
I got a little bit of interest in the NFL. You know,
He's like, I got y'all to the playoffs this year, didn't I? I'm out. The Raiders hired Dave Ziegler as their GM. And as for other head coaching positions, the Broncos got Nathaniel Hackett. And again, we said on the show a few weeks ago when rumors was going about, if he got hired there, the Aaron Rodgers to Denver rumors were going to start kicking up. And they have kicked all the way up.
6th gear.
And something that's interesting to me, because I've been thinking about it a little bit more. I could actually see Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay this upcoming season. Like, I really think it's like a 50-50 proposition at this point. In part because I feel like Aaron Rodgers' level of petty.
Because everybody want him gone.
Everybody
now.
want him gone. And he'd probably be like,
You can't make me leave when I'm leaving already.
Yeah, like
And when I wanted to leave, now you can't tell me to leave. Now I don't want to go.
You didn't fire me. I quit.
don't tell me.
I'm gonna stay right here and win.
Show you.
Shoot.
I want nigga gone. That's all I can
Show
say.
you.
I need him gone. Retire or move, motherfucker. Either one. Make it happen, goddamn it. Get him up out of here.
Well, I mean, if Love needs one more year and he gonna sit behind that person, fine. But
Hey, listen.
So like I'm curious. Like I haven't paid too much attention to like the fan base actually. So like obviously I know how you two feel, but like is that indicative of the rest of the fan base or is it more split? Like how's Packerland
It's split.
reacting to
There are some who are just saying like, let's trade him because he's gonna have his 4th MVP. We can get so much from him. Like it's now the time. Like we won't have him forever, so we might as well get something right now and start. Because at some point the Packers ain't gonna have Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna happen.
it's inevitable.
So we ain't gonna have him. Let's get some for him now
Right.
and try to make some out of it.
Uh-huh.
You know, to build. Because if Love plays and we see he ain't it, we can have a stockpile of draft picks and be able to try again with another quarterback.
Mhm.
The other half is just like
not my Aaron Rodgers.
not even that, but like
Not my
like
Aaron
being
Rodgers.
realistic. Like he again MVP. Like he is talented. He is a good
I got a
quarterback,
conspiracy on that MVP, by the way.
and there
Oh,
it's
shit.
just kind of like look,
Throw your hood up.
our best chance of winning is with him at quarterback, which again I can understand. Me personally, I don't feel strongly one way or another if he stays, if he goes.
Mhm.
Whatever way it work out, it'll be beneficial to the Packers in some way, some form, some shape.
Mhm.
You
Because if he stays, I would assume we're still Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, you have a shot at Super Bowl. Like
Yeah.
it's that simple.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
It is.
And if you don't have him, but you have all these draft picks,
You can rebuild.
you can rebuild. But then again, the thing is like Detroit been rebuilding for like whatever.
But that's more of an organizational thing.
Yeah.
Like, and this is an organization
That's
that
what
at
rooted
least,
to the
like, has a track record of success.
Shell's had another season the Aaron heavy eye roll. I guess you want him gone.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That was Aaron Rodgers. Why yo? I
Because
don't know.
It-
I
it
understand
kinda-
like all the stuff that came about, but it's still fucking Aaron. What?
The more I
If we
think
had a
about the way
fucking
this
Aaron, I would
postseason-
not want him to go anywhere.
The more I think about the way this postseason ended, the more I'm like, okay, yes, it was special teams, but our offense literally didn't do
They
shit. And,
stalled.
and how
Uh-huh.
often did we sit here and look at it like, bro, you really zeroing in on one guy? And honestly, if you think
So-
about it, the last 2 years have been for Devontae to prove that he's worth whatever money he was trying to get last year, and then this year's his contract year. On Rodgers' quote unquote contract year in essence.
Uh-huh.
So now, what better way than them two tandems? Yeah, we're winning, but it's only them two getting
Okay.
all the stats on offense.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Like heavy 80% of our offense was them two.
Uh-huh.
Aaron Jones.
I disagree because the running game is good. So
The running game is good. Did we have I think did he hit 1,000 this year?
who
Who was that?
Dylan.
I think combined the two running backs hit over 1,000, but let me double check for you.
Because there are moments where he zero wins on them.
Mhm.
It's not like we don't have capable receivers. Like ain't no way you can still tell me Alan Lazard can't get open when we seen him open all season.
You don't trust it though, right?
You don't-
You always act
But
trust
it's
issues,
along that line of if Aaron's gone and someone else is there and actually looking at the whole fucking field. How good are the other players
Everyone
on the
else is-
field? You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Like
Like,
to your point, I think that the Packers offense is more talented than just I got to get it to Aaron to
Devontae.
Devontae
Yes,
Adams
yes.
because
All right,
Yes.
that makes sense.
and that's
and then,
where I'm like.
and one
with it.
thing too with the game, which I'm not saying like MVS is the reason that we lost, but when MVS is in the game, he stretches the field in a way that helps get other people open because he's that deep threat. And without MVS there, the Packers did not have a deep threat.
Who was that?
One of the Packers wide receivers.
Marquez
Valdez-Scantling.
Valdez-Scantling.
Okay.
So I'm not, and again, I want to make it clear, I'm not saying like he's the reason we didn't
Yeah.
win the game, but like it does change the dynamics of the offense a little bit.
So
and then
did the
losing
playoff
Dillon.
game change your mind? Like before that playoff performance, were you like, let's keep Aaron Rodgers or
No, I've
After
been
the
saying get rid of
playoff
that
game.
motherfucker all year. What you
Okay,
talking
I'm
about?
just saying. I don't know. I don't know
I
if
ain't-
people like
I
him,
have
like
not
y'all
been-
not one losing that playoff game.
Before the
might
season
have
started,
changed a
I
lot
said
of
I was
people.
cool with him leaving.
Uh-huh.
Before the season started, I said I was cool with Aaron Rodgers leaving. And then before the season started, I even said, you know what? I don't even care no more. Let's find out what's going on. I didn't
Uh-huh.
say we needed him back. I didn't beg for him to come back. And then when he came back in the middle of the season, all right, cool. We good with keeping him. But if something happens,
Uh-huh.
I'm not tripping if he leaves. At the end of the year, towards the end of the season, I never said I need Aaron back. All year I've been, once he's done, he's done. I'm cool with that.
Mhm.
I've been cool with him leaving after this season all year.
Okay.
Before the season started, I didn't care if he came back. I just wanted this shit to be done. I didn't want another Favre thing.
Uh-huh.
He came back, cool. Let's get over this shit. But if he going after this season, I'm at peace with it. And I've been that way the entire year.
I don't quite remember it going that way, but I remember
I
you getting
remember
there.
being the only person
Yeah.
like, fuck dude. Like,
I mean, I never said fuck him though. Like you were fucking. I was like, I don't care.
And by the way, both of the running backs had over 1,000 yards individually from scrimmage, including rushing and receiving yards.
Goddamn.
So, like, again, like there's more to the Packers than just Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
It's just that he's his favorite target.
I mean, he will be.
And I can't blame
Yeah,
him for why
exactly.
he
That's
is
why
his
he would
favorite
be.
target, but like,
Yeah.
hey, that is what it is. Anyways,
That's some wild shit.
the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels as their new head
That's
coach.
Stupid.
The Giants hired Brian DeBall, which we're gonna talk about a little bit more.
Caused a whole bunch of hoopla.
Yes.
That pissed me off.
So actually, let's go right into that.
I have a note, like, and it kind of ties into what we're gonna get into, but like, it seems like Oakland identified McDaniels as their next coach,
Mhm.
and then he brought along the guy, the GM,
Ziegler.
because he worked with him in New England.
Mhm.
So, like, if you remember a couple years ago, McDaniels agreed to be the head coach of the Colts and then backed out.
Mm-hmm.
They said that was because like he wasn't in alignment with the Colts GM about like stuff
Players
that
and
fans don't really care about. Like not even necessarily about players, but like, you know, helping like the strength and conditioning team and like how we hire scouts
That
and like all
philosophical
those things.
differences.
Right. Like there was differences between like how to build a team.
Mhm.
So like basically what they did, and it's similar to what Jacksonville did last year with Urban Meyer's, like, okay, we want this coach, you bring in your personnel guy to run your front office, and like we'll work it so that those two departments are synergized. That apparently is why it seems like the Jaguars.
Sorry, we're being childish. Sorry.
It seems like that's why the Jaguars are moving off of Byron Leftwich now, because like he wants to bring in Adrian Wilson as GO.
I'm sorry.
It's his fault.
Anyway, like he wants to bring in Adrian Wilson as his GM, and like they're trying to keep Trent Baalke. So like now it seems like they're moving on to a different coach.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck. they're doing.
But again, like it would have been another black coach like you.
Hit
No.
that. Hit that. Hit that. There you go.
We're gonna set him up for a real happy Black History Month with this next story.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
You get in their good graces.
So Brian Flores, who was the former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, is suing
The National
NFL.
Football League.
Mhm.
for alleged racism in hiring.
Jesus.
And it includes text from Patriots head coach Bill Belichick in the suit as evidence.
Yep.
That's
Filed the
trash.
lawsuit in Manhattan federal court, and he's seeking unspecified damages from the league.
And he actually interviewed today. And he has another scheduled interview like later this week.
Spoiler alert, he ain't getting them
He
jobs.
ain't-
That's what I was like,
Ain't getting out of one.
that's
And
crazy.
he knows this. No, he knows.
He
this.
knows it.
knows
Yeah,
it. Like,
he
yeah.
knows it's gonna happen. But it's just like he literally just did an interview today.
But I'm with him though. Like
First
This
day.
is the first time-
Wait.
okay.
We gotta like in case people haven't
Yeah.
had a chance to read into what the lawsuit is about or what
Uh-huh.
the story is.
All right, so I did read most of the lawsuit. I didn't get to like the nitty-gritty at the end, but
Uh-huh.
the highlights included, as we mentioned, text from Bill Belichick. So I want to say it was 2 or 3 days before Brian Flores was scheduled to interview with the Giants.
mhm.
Bill Belichick texted him congratulations.
Hey, heard you got the job, guy.
Yeah, basically.
Nigga,
He's
I
like,
ain't
oh,
even
you know,
interview yet.
right? He's like, I feel pretty good about it. He's like, oh yeah, well, what I'm hearing is that they've already
You know, Buffalo and
Buffalo
New York.
and New York, like they're saying good things about like your chances there or something like that. And he's like, Coach, are you trying to? Did you mean to text Flores? Because that's me, or Dayball? Because
He
that
just
would
got
make more
hired.
sense. He's like, oh,
Was-
well, you know, I checked and
I wish he would have in
Yeah,
the
fuck
in the
this up.
screenshots of the text.
mhm.
I wish he would have showed the times, like
Yeah.
for some of the messages, because
Mhm.
like after Belichick was like, "Yo, I hear from Buffalo and New York. You know, hey, you they guy. I hope it work out." And he's like, "That's what I want. I hope you're right. Thank you." And then his next text, Brian Flores was like, "Coach, hey, you talking about Brian Flores or Brian DeBall? I'm just making sure." Like
because he said on Thursday, so whatever day
the text
the
happened.
text started, it was
Uh-huh.
2 days before
Yeah.
that Thursday that he interviewed.
Yeah.
So last week Thursday, so then it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he didn't even respond. Like he responded just like
He was
a couple hours later, like,
he
yo,
was fumbling like, yo,
My bad.
what I do?
I effed up.
He said, I fucked this up.
Literally, that's what the text said.
I fucked this up. My bad, B. Wasn't you. Wrong B.
But what that indicates is that they had already identified who their
Yeah.
next coach was.
Uh-huh.
They're in
That they
cahoots.
Not even necessarily cahoots, but like
But-
they'd already identified it. So like they wanted to bring him in as an interview because they
Rooney
had
Rule.
to check
They
off
check
the,
off the list,
Mhm.
for the
which
Rooney
is
Rule,
trash as fuck.
which kind of defeats the purpose of the Rooney Rule because like you're supposed to be giving minority
Legitimate chances.
candidates legitimate chances to get the job.
Talk about
Trash
it.
as
But
fuck.
we knew they've been bullshitting that rule since they put the rule in.
Exactly.
They've had to tweak it a number of times, including recently tweaking it so that like you had to interview 2 minority candidates and at least one of them had to be in person, because what they were doing before is like doing phone interviews. They're like, oh, that checks out. Like Leslie Frazier like for years was getting like
The
head
last
coaching interviews.
him and Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
Like, why they keep bringing Marvin in?
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. Just to check the box off. They've been doing that since the rule came into place. They put the rule in place so that they would give us a shot. And they was like, all right, we just go ahead and smooth that. We're gonna slide right on over that. Come on in, brother. Hi, bye. You know, this looks nice, don't it? All right, have a good one. Like, that's some bullshit. Because they already know that guy is on the way in 3 days from now.
Yeah. So he said later in the suit, he was like, this isn't even the first time that I've had a sham interview. Back in 2019, leadership from the Broncos organization interviewed him, but they showed up over an hour late to his interview.
That was Elway,
And they
right?
seemed, including John Elway.
Mhm.
And they seem to have been out drinking the night before. So like they
They came
showed up
hungover.
hungover to an interview
Disrespectful.
an hour
Late.
late
Disrespectful.
for a
Late
job
and
that they
hungover.
knew that they were already given a Vic Fangio.
Denver had responded too. They sent out a little thing.
I mean,
there.
everybody's
course they gonna
responding
respond.
like with lawyer statements, basically saying like this ain't true, and
Oh, B.
we care about like diversity and hiring integrity
And blah blah blah.
NFL said it has no merit, but it's like if you didn't do an investigation, how do you know it doesn't have any merit?
Exactly. That's
Anyway,
wild to get that like to get the text. You just like, what the fuck? Like,
Talking to your wife, baby, I got the job.
no, I wouldn't have trust shit that nigga said anyway. But still, all of us be like, you went out of your way and then made like a huge mistake, and that was like backfiring majorly. Like,
You helped me sue the NFL.
But okay, like I wonder if because it's not necessarily clear from the text messages. So like, is it that Belichick heard the wrong Brian got hired, or he texted the wrong Brian?
I think he just
texted
texted
the
I
wrong
think he
Brian.
texted wrong Brian. Like he knew,
He knew
but
it was the ball.
he knew it was him.
I guess
That's
that's
what
why
I'm
like
getting.
Buffalo and New York.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I'm getting. So
Because
he
he came
knew.
from- yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
he
but he
came
just
from
texted the
Buffalo.
wrong guy.
What else was in the lawsuit?
He also accused his former employer, the
Uh-huh.
Miami Dolphins, of trying to tank and tamper with
Oh, yeah,
quarterback
that-
that was already under contract. So
that shit.
he said that he refused to tamper, which would have included meeting with a quarterback that was already under
prominent quarterback.
Yeah.
It said.
Mhm.
Tom Brady. That's my guess. And then he also refused to tank by accepting an extra $100,000 per loss during the 2019 season
Yeah,
because
trying
they
to
were
tell
trying
me
to
they
get the highest possible draft pick.
Yeah, trying to tell me they can't tank in the NFL. I told y'all they'd be behind that shit.
No, we've always said, like we said, the players don't
Yeah.
tank.
The players and coaches probably
Like
don't.
they're trying to win. It's
Yeah.
management.
Like
and
you
whatnot
set
that
it
try to
up by
put
like
place-
stripping the team down, like the
Exactly.
Giants did, not the Giants, the Jets did for years.
Yeah, like
like
the coaches
trading
and
Le'Veon
players
Bell.
want to win, but upstairs and all that, they trying to keep them draft picks.
But I also just want to point out like what that would have done for Brian Flores. So like his first year coaching, he loses 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, like he made an extra $300,000 or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Then he's set up to be David Culley, where you get fired after a year because it's like, oh well, this is a shit show. The team can't win. We're gonna go
Yeah.
in a different direction. But they've already secured what they want, which is a high draft pick,
Yeah.
so that they can move forward with their future. So
And
like,
then get
you
out
damned
there.
if you do, damned if you don't,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah.
Because like
Absolutely.
that branded him within the organization as difficult to work with,
Mhm.
uncooperative.
Mm-hmm.
He
And now we
pissed off,
understand.
right? He pissed off the owner by not going along with his plans to one, not be
Tank.
competitive, and two, break NFL rules where he would have gotten in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
Not
not the owner.
management.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't have said nothing about it. I didn't even know. He just happened to be on my yacht the same day that he was here.
You know, management be like, he did that all on his own.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have no recollection.
No
of
record.
that.
We never told him to do any of that.
And like
Ever.
now they've branded him uncooperative, which makes him unlikely to get another job,
Mhm.
which was also cited in the lawsuit, which is black coaches or black candidates are less likely to be hired which duh. And then two, like they're more likely to be fired once they are hired and not given a second chance. It's like they had a whole bunch of stats in there that studied that.
Just to wrap that up, Brian Flores did put out another statement, and he said, quote, God has gifted me with the special talent to coach the game of football, but the need for change is bigger than my personal goals. And making the decision to file the class action complaint, I understand that I may be risking coaching the game I love and has done so much for my family and me. My sincere hope is that by standing up against systematic racism in the NFL, others will join me to ensure that positive change is made for generations to come. Mark said the NFL are like PD departments. We investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. Absolutely. Highlight his comment.
Man,
Absolutely.
He don't want it, like, boy. He got his what they call them claws? Kente claws.
What?
I see he got one of them joints out today.
What? Man, Mark just married. Hey, Mark just be on it, man.
That's what I'm saying, Mark the
The
man.
mouse don't work, man?
Oh, I got some apple.
Yeah, man.
I'm just
But the bus is shit.
You gotta click it again. You gotta click it again to remove it. So
What about the mouse right there, bro?
he's
I'm using the keypad and shit.
but
That ain't work.
yeah. So hey, I thought it was gonna work. So yeah.
Can I get in on this class action lawsuit?
Nah, fam, I don't
Were
think
you
that's
getting hired as the NFL head coach?
right.
Hey, I tried to intern.
Look at that.
I applied.
All right, my
Shit, they turned me away, bro. They knew I was black.
So we got some retirement news in the NFL as well. Big Ben
Good fucking
formally announced his
About
retirement
time.
after 18 years. We all knew that was coming.
Oh,
R.I.P. Bozo.
And then Tom
Shit.
Brady announced his retirement today.
TB.
Wait, why did Chargers steal my tweet? Like they
Oh, they-
posted the R.I.P. Bozo.
Mhm.
Yeah. But Brady retired after reports came out over the weekend saying that he's retiring. And then Tom Brady said, whoa, 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 whoa.
No, that shit was crazy.
Pump your brake.
I have not yet made a decision.
Pump your
Chill
brake.
out.
Whoa, that was in passing, my guy. They ain't shit official.
And then today he said, no, I'm retiring. And then all his little posts, he didn't mention the Patriots at all. Did y'all notice that? Like,
Yeah.
it was not a mention of the Patriots. It was all thanks to the Buccaneers. And
The Patriots definitely noticed, or fans did at least.
oh, of course. I mean, I'd be like, hey, man.
Fuck 'em.
He should have just put a fuck Belichick. Because that's basically what it was.
Tom Brady retiring.
It's gonna be different, man.
Man, listen. As I said before, a lot of the old guns that we grew up watching is out of here now.
Yeah, I'm excited though about the new guys taking over.
Oh yeah, and the Packers fired Mo Drayton, special teams coach, which finally, thank you. I asked y'all to do that weeks ago.
Which I wish I would have done it before Black History Month.
Hey, I was just gonna say. I was like,
They
yeah,
always do
let
this
the
shit.
black man go.
History Month. Go ahead, man.
Then tap them on the shoulder. Happy Black.
Like, damn.
Happy Black History Month, sir.
I saw that the Packers had fired their last 8 coordinators, special team coordinators. Like
Yeah.
6 were fired outright, and then 2 were kind of like retired.
Damn.
But anyways, we're talking about Tom Brady right now. We're talking about the bum Packers right now.
Oh, wait, before you
Back.
continue with Tom. As much as we shit on Ben, he still got more rings than Rodgers.
He had better. Hey, good for him. Good for him.
Had better coaches and better defense.
Way better defense. And one thing I do want to point out with that,
No, the defense.
Mike
is
McCarthy?
better. No, the defense is definitely.
Mike
Mike
McCarthy, Tom or Mike Tomlin, like which Mike you going
Actually, I
with?
don't even know if Rodgers had Mike Sherman, but still,
I don't
he had it
think-
for a year.
I don't think he didn't start under
No.
Sherman,
Still.
but yeah. Tom Brady out the game, man. The GOAT, my book.
Yeah, for sure.
The GOAT, because here's the
Undeniable.
thing.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah, it's
I've
undeniable.
spent years talking about how I think Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Tom Brady, and I still do think, like, arm talent wise, like there's not a throw that Brady can make that Aaron cannot, but there are throws that Aaron can make that Tom cannot.
Yeah.
So like arm strength and all that, like the talent in that sense, like Aaron Rodgers definitely is above on
Between
that.
the
But
ears.
exactly. But when it comes to winning the game, Tom Brady got something in him. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what
He's
that
a
is.
winner.
Just
but,
a
like,
switch.
That
Like,
guy's
I'm not
honest,
losing this
like-
game, bro.
and to be clear, it's not like a Jimmy Garoppolo where like his teams happen to win when he's playing quarterback. Like
no.
Tom Brady is the reason that these teams are winning.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
leading people with the right throws,
Yes.
calling the right reads at
Yes.
the right time, like just no matter how down he is, bro. Look at the damn his last game.
Brought him back.
It was
Brought
no
him
way
back.
they should have
And
came back.
And then he threw at
No way.
Jalen Ramsey. 1-on-1 in coverage. Catch him, bro.
Hey, I told you. I told you
Oh,
before that
he's a
matchup.
beast.
Ramsey and Evans is that don't scare me. Like, just throw it up to Mike. Throw it up to him. And what did Tom do? Threw it
Jalen
up
actually said that. He was like, damn, his last touchdown was on me,
on
too.
me. And I said, ha
You might get a ring next week.
ha.
Last.
But that's why I also think that
Tom got
Chase
how
might
many?
actually manhandle
Exactly.
Ramsey.
You
Like,
said who done?
I think Chase actually might give Ramsey the business.
We're gonna talk about it next week.
We'll see that, though.
But yeah, shout out to Tom Brady.
Yeah, shout out, man. Enjoy retirement, man.
Hey, you earned it, man.
Sit down and chill, man.
You
Enjoy
earned
your
that.
family, man. Enjoy your wife and your kids, son.
Earned all that.
You
And
gonna
all
be he gonna probably be on TV next year though.
I don't know,
I can
because
see Tom.
it
I
was
can see
funny
him.
because some people were saying like they thought that Tom Brady won't retire without a tour, and
Uh-huh.
people who know Tom were like he does not want that at all.
Uh,
And when we talked about it last week, we were like he had the
Man
TV
in the
show,
Arena.
so
Yeah.
like, and he's always had like podcasts and things like
Mhm.
that for people who if you
Yeah.
want to know,
yeah.
here's the information, but like I'm not gonna force it down your throat here.
I think that we're looking at more of a Kobe post retirement, like
Uh-huh.
where like
yeah.
he just moves in whatever he's interested in. Like I don't think in that
Yeah.
like he may still like comment on football because I think he loves football.
Can you pull the mouse off the last comment if possible? Oh, Brady signed a 1-day contract with the Patriots tomorrow, according
Where
to
you see
show.
that?
Where you see that at, fam? Where you see that?
We
at?
need to sort our sizes.
Oh,
Sort
I
our
see
sizes.
you. What?
Cite our
He
sources.
said I wanted to
Hey.
break some news like Mark. As
Hey.
well. Hey, the competition. In the
Okay,
comments
Mark,
is-
set it up. Let's go. Oh shit.
Hey, it works out. Hey.
I was looking for the clap, but that works too.
They still laughing. Go ahead. How funny was it?
I didn't think I was up for the goddamn. No.
Wait, Mark had broke news between that.
He did, and then Mark put in the comments
Hell
saying that the
no.
Washington football team will be named the Commanders.
We got
So,
Shams
like,
and
hey,
Woj in the
Oh,
comments and shit.
Going at it. They're going neck and neck in this motherfucker. Hell no.
Like, damn, it wasn't that funny. Hold on now.
Hey, we gotta have multiple laugh tracks because this laugh a little too
Hey,
long.
they be laughing for 10 minutes, bro.
That laugh was robust.
That's a hearty laugh. Oh my god.
So we didn't mention this last week because the news was kind of breaking after we were recording and we already had our rundown complete. But the Baseball Hall of Fame has a new class of one, and that is Boston Red Sox legend David Ortiz, Big Papi, inducted in his first year with 77.9% of the vote.
Papi.
Ortiz is the 58th player elected in his first year of eligibility. Golly, that word got caught all the way up.
Hey.
Eligibility.
Hit her. Oh.
And at the age of 46, he is also the youngest of the 75 living members of the Hall.
What I mean, that makes sense.
Hey.
But here's the thing about Big Papi that I appreciate. During his press conference, talking about the Hall of Fame and everything, he said, quote, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens are Hall of Famers.
Mhm.
They did amazing things for baseball. They both deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And his comments come after we saw that Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Kurt Schilling
Mhm.
all failed to make the 75% cutoff point in their final year of eligibility. So moving forward, they can only gain induction to the Hall through a special committee.
That's
So
trash.
how do y'all feel about them guys not making the Baseball Hall of Fame?
I think it's Jeff Passan or Jeff Passan. I forget how you pronounce his name. He had he made like a whole little soliloquy and everything about that, about Bonds not getting in, but he did have a valid point in this whole thing, in that the Baseball Hall of Fame, and one of the mottos of the Baseball Hall of Fame Museum is that it's there to tell the entire story
Facts.
of baseball.
Yeah,
Facts.
and that's
You cannot talk about the 90s
Nope.
without Mark
Hold on.
McGwire,
exactly.
Sammy Sosa,
Yep.
or Barry Bonds.
You can't.
You cannot talk baseball in the 90s or 2000s with almost 10 MVPs.
Yeah.
You got a lot of MVPs, lots of home run races,
Yeah.
lots of silver sluggers, all of that shit. You saying none of that existed if you don't want to put Barry in there.
And the thing is, Major League Baseball reaped the benefits of
Having
whatever they were
all
doing.
of that.
Yeah.
Y'all allowed it. Y'all turned a blind eye. Y'all knew what the fuck was going on.
Exactly.
And you wanted to make sure that y'all profited off of it because baseball was dying.
Just think about how exciting, dude, baseball.
It got them new
was, dude.
TV contracts. It got them all kind of shit because
I miss
everybody
the
wanted to
days,
tune in
man.
to see the home run race between McGuire, and Sosa. And then
miss
Barry
these
was putting up
guys,
60
yeah.
home runs in a season, 70 home runs in a
Slamming
season.
Sammy.
Hey, listen, man, when I tell you this, man, Mark and Shells really is
Oh,
acting
what?
like
They
Shams and
own it.
Woj right now.
He
Fam.
own
He's
it.
sending the tweet proof of where the sources are coming
Oh,
from.
Hey,
shit.
shut up, man.
Good stuff.
Shut up, Mark.
Appreciate y'all. man,
Appreciate
for real.
that.
Yeah, Griffey probably was clean to Mark's point, but like, first of all, like the entire generation is basically tainted, like
Yeah.
even by association, like
Uh-huh.
fair or unfair. But at the same time, it's like, to your point, like it's telling the story, like it's a museum at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Like
Facts.
it's telling the story of what happened. So like even if you want to put in,
It's not the steroid era because that's what you're gonna have to call it. And they don't want to. They don't want to acknowledge that. That's the issue.
I feel like that position has to soften as we continue going forward.
and I mean, Poppy tested positive at some point in his career,
They
so
threw that
like
evidence out.
you can't be like, oh no cheaters, and then be like,
They threw that shit out.
First ballot.
Poppy's in first out, like,
It's Bobby.
and I'm not. It's very
It's very fucking Bonds.
I know.
So I'm not saying like
He's just
I'm
a
not
little
trying
cream.
to take it away from Poppy. Like, yes, he's a Hall of Famer, just
Yeah.
like A-Rod, just like Bonds, just like everybody from that whole era. Like,
Mhm.
you can say they weren't clean or what, but like if everybody's doing it, like they still rose to the top of that era.
Because
Uh-huh.
everybody was doing it at that time. In order to keep up, they allowed. What the hell you think there was a home run race like that? Everybody had to keep up.
Yeah.
So everybody, pitchers was doing it. Roger Clemens was there. Shit, like
Well, hey,
motherfuckers
Roger
was
Clemens
doing
was-
this shit.
was on another level too.
People did it to keep up, and it
Yeah.
made the game in the 90s, to
Excited.
their
So much
credit,
more
more
fun.
exciting.
So
Yeah.
much more.
So
was
now
great.
you want to shun them, like, oh, it was bad from the jump. Y'all shouldn't have did it because it's one of those things where you shouldn't have got caught.
They didn't get caught because they weren't getting tested for it.
Mhm. It wasn't.
But-
Because again, MLB was complicit in it.
So you can again with his whole soliloquy, that kind of stood out to me though, because it is the point of the museum is to literally tell the entire story of baseball.
That's
you can't
how
tell
all
it without
museums should
Barry
be.
Bonds.
Yeah, that's how I feel like all the halls should be. Like, if you're telling the story of the game,
Tell it all.
then
The significant portions of the game that
Need to be
changed the
included.
game.
And even if people want to cite like Pete Rose, like that's a different thing because like he
That's different.
bet on baseball, like,
Yeah.
and
that's
he was
different.
that was his penalty for it, and like he knew what he was signing up for when he accepted that penalty. They never penalized Bonds, they never penalized
Yeah.
McGuire for because they weren't testing for it, so they never tested positive.
Yeah.
A-Rod shit was at the end of his career.
Like Shell's last comment. He said that he felt bad for the dudes that did steroids and still suck, fam.
Damn,
Yeah. Hey.
And
all the
some
Roy
guys-
rage,
all the rage,
all
none
the
of the
side
game,
effects and
none of
shit.
the game.
But then a lot of them used them when they got hurt too. It helped them recover.
Yeah, it
quicker.
does help with
So that's why a
recovery,
lot
but
of
the
them-
fact that it increases your muscle
That's why A-Rod.
muscle mass, not just the muscle mass, but it
he
also
might not
increases-
get in either.
Yeah, he might not, because his name was actually on the list.
Yeah,
that's
they
okay.
found
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like he.
That's,
A-Rod
that's
might
how
not.
he came back so quick when he got hurt.
But that's just it. Like, not just the recovery of the muscles. Like, it's recovering and it's making them bigger. It's making
Yeah.
you faster. It's making you stronger.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
my guy, in order for you are genetically enhanced now.
But to that point, like you still have to put in the work. Like it's
Yeah,
not
to
just
get
like
there.
I take
It's
steroids.
less work
and-
for you to do, though.
Well, you still got.
They said the amount of reps that it takes for you to do for a regular person on steroids, I think they said cut it in half.
They enhance you, but if you already aren't talented, there's nothing
You-
to
Yeah,
Right, it
it.
doesn't
that's
give
what
you
I'm
more
saying.
talent,
Yeah.
no. But the physical attributes
Oh,
in
for sure.
the
Like, it
sport,
helps. It helps. It's a performance enhancing
Mhm.
drug. Like
It's like
in
if
the
you're
name.
already doing a workout, like that allows you to increase the workout, but you still have to do the workout. It's not like you just shoot up and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna go out and hit a
Instant
bunch of
muscles.
baseball. You're right. Like you still have to put in the work
Instant
Popeyes and
muscles.
spinach
to
and
reap the
shit.
benefits of it.
Like, I can't take
Instant
steroids and go
muscle.
hoop in WNBA tomorrow. Like,
shooting
it
from
won't
half court and shit, free throws.
First, I'm gonna
Like,
go for a
it's
layup.
not, it's not limitless. Well, limitless, right? With the NC.
Oh, with the yeah.
Yeah, the limitless pill.
Yeah.
Would you take the limitless pill?
Yes.
Nah,
Oh, that seems scary, yo.
no,
Just open up the just
No,
everything.
no, that's too much.
Because I don't think we meant for that. We not meant to be able to have all that. I don't want that.
Shit, I do.
Also, want to shout out
I'm like
Rafael
all this.
Nadal. He won the 2022 Australia Open, which made him the sole in pole position
They
of
just going
Grand
back and
Slam
forth.
leaders with 21 titles. He overtook Roger Federer and Djokovic.
So now we know why Djokovic got deported.
Right? They're like, no, bro, you can't have that one. You can't have that one.
What's funny, like, I know y'all didn't watch or anything like that, but like Nadal had to work for this title. Like,
Because he old.
How old is he? Like 37 now?
like
No,
he's
like
like
my
he's
age.
he's old for tennis, but he also had injuries that he's been trying to overcome. But
Uh-huh.
like, I'm talking about like 5 set. He had 2 like 5 set games. Like, he had to work for it.
Mm.
He had to work for it, and he even said himself, like, I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna get. So like, I really just appreciate it. Like, and I don't. He also said that he doesn't want to be like compared. Like he don't want the three of them to be compared. He's just like,
That's
Bro, that's
inevitable,
gonna
bro.
happen.
he's like, y'all should just really just
Appreciate it.
appreciate all three of us because
Uh-huh.
this is every title dang there is like us. Like it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's 61.
Well, we already know he's
Grand
gonna get the
Slam
French, so
Yeah. So 22. 22 on the way. Shout out to Rafael Nadal. WNBA free agency also kicked off February 1st.
And today.
Oh, yeah, today. That is February 1st. Wow, man. Time be flying. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Happy Black History Month. You want to hit the WNBA free agency?
Sure. Like we had a lot of re-signings so far. So Seattle resigned Breanna Stewart and Jewel Lloyd. Jonquil Jones returned to Connecticut. Sylvia Fowles is returning to Minnesota for one final season. So her and Sue Bird are taking a victory lap.
Like to see.
Former Washington forward Emma Meesman.
Mhm.
Meesman. I don't. She signed with Chicago, so that's a big gift for them. And then notable free agents that remain include Tina Charles, Odyssey Sims, Allie Quigley, Courtney Vandersloot. I would imagine they go to the same team. Jordan Canada, Diamond DeShields, and Liz Cambage.
Cambage. We've ever pronounced her name wrong. It's Cambage.
I'm American.
I hear you. But I'm just letting you know how her name is pronounced. And shout out to Courtney Williams going back to Connecticut.
Yeah. So we'll come back to Liz Cambage in a minute. Las Vegas Aces owner Mark Davis, yes, the same Mark Davis of the Raiders. He confirmed that new head coach Becky Hammond will also serve as GM, and that she'll be the first WNBA coach with a salary of over $1 million per season.
Okay.
Those are dope.
Okay. I
So,
like that.
In response to that, Liz Cambage tweeted, yes, the WNBA, where head coach can get paid 4 times the highest paid player's supermax contract. LMAO, and y'all think I'm gonna spend another season upgrading my seat on a flight to get to games on my own, out of my own pocket. So just to be clear, the WNBA supermax contract pays $228,000, and the standard max contract pays $196,000.
Supermax. Don't you? I feel offended
So-
they put super in front of that.
Yeah.
That is
Super? That's
So
super.
to be clear, it is 4 times as much that Becky
Literally.
Hammond did
That's crazy.
That is.
to the highest paid
That's
WNBA
trash.
player.
That's some wild stuff.
That's crazy.
That's trash.
Supermax.
Jesus. They got
And I hate every time that there's a conversation about like how much WNBA players get paid, because then you have
The revenue and all of that.
dickheads in the comments talking about like,
Shell's
well,
surprised too.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised myself. I didn't know that. That ain't super at all.
they don't bring in as much money as blah blah blah, and it's like, well, clearly that doesn't matter because Mark Davis just paid his coach $1 million. So
Yeah.
like, if you don't put a cap on how much these players can make, then maybe they can negotiate better contracts from the
Yeah.
teams that they play for.
Because you think about like, no, man, I don't want to go into it. That's wild. That's
And like, there are people also reacting to Liz's tweet, like, well, are you saying that Becky Hammond doesn't deserve it? Like, no, she's
not-
saying that the
we
players
also
deserve more.
it. Like we deserve money too. Like there's no reason a coach should get paid 4 times the amount of the highest paid player.
In the league.
And,
in the league.
and even if you want to say like they should still, like, for the salary structure of the league, like it's not profitable for them, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like at the very least they should be taken care of like transportation wise, because
Yeah.
then you're just bastardizing the like the product on the court, because like if 6'8" Liz Cambage has to fit herself into a coach seat on a commercial flight,
That's
like
trash.
she's
It
gonna
didn't go
play
play.
once.
And pay out of her
Exactly.
own pocket.
It didn't go play. Like what? Y'all wallet,
So it makes sense why she wouldn't want to go halfway around the world because she's Australian.
Australian.
bro. Yeah.
Like go halfway around the world to be in second-rate accommodations, pay out of her own pocket to even get like a comfortable trip.
Yeah, that's trash.
Like I don't blame her if she doesn't want to come back to the WNBA.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like she doesn't really want to.
Might as well keep playing. Like they already might as well keep playing where you've been playing at. Like
Mhm.
you was.
And
doing
again, like
fine
this is
without
a
the
summer
phone.
job for most WNBA players. Like they make much more money in their like winter contracts, like overseas.
Mhm.
So
They better off doing sports betting, bro.
Shit. Damn.
Like, damn, bro.
I thought the same thing. Shells in the comments said that he thought they'd be over $1 million by now, and
They
Not
not, even
even
close.
close.
Exactly.
That's some wild
like
stuff.
not, like
bro.
nowhere close to it.
That is wild.
I just had 25.
That's crazy, yo.
25th anniversary left.
But what do you think will take it? Like, what will it take for them to get there? Like, do you think more NBA players need to speak out or advocate for
75
them
more
to happen?
years.
Well, I mean, like the NBA has been subsidizing the WNBA's existence basically. So like
Yeah.
if they want them to make more money, like the NBA is going to have to put more behind it.
into it.
Like whether that is, directly funding it or like increasing, like the popularity.
It's a
of the
great
league.
product. Like the WNBA is enjoyable to watch.
And it has
like,
been
it
gaining
really is.
viewership.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to see where the league can go in like another 5 years or so. Just based on the momentum they've been building, because they are building momentum as a league. And speaking of leagues, y'all, did y'all know that pillow fighting is a professional sport now?
Yeah, I seen the clip of that. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Listen, there is the Pillow Fight Championship known as the PFC. Fighters compete in 3 2-minute rounds for each fight. And they actually had a PFC battle over the weekend in Florida, a pay-per-view event.
They did.
Bro.
With 16 men and 8 women competing for a chance at the title and a cash prize of 5 stacks.
Damn.
My man had that pillow over his head like
Dog,
this.
I
chasing
seen
him around.
the one dude got hit. Dog, the nigga knocked his shoes off, bro. I was like, God damn. My man, hey, they had to stop it. He had to put his shoes back on. I was like,
Is it that bad, bro?
This nigga got bricks in his pillow, my nigga.
He got all the old ass pillows and lost all the feathers and shit. Right, he put them all together, fucked you up. Look at that, pillows.
I was like,
So,
damn, man.
Here's the concept behind the new league. So according to their website, it was an idea they had to develop a real fighting sport that could appeal to the whole family by combining the ancient weapon known as a pillow,
Ancient weapon. Ancient weapon.
with experienced MMA competitors and boxers with some strict rules. So they've actually been gaining popularity pretty quick, in part because it's so entertaining to see kind of like combat sports but with a pillow. Like they pride themselves on having all of the thrill of hand-to-hand combat without any of the blood and a lot more action. So they were like, a lot of the fighters don't want to get hurt, and there's a lot of people who like watching people fight, but they don't want to see someone get like hurt. Like they just want to see the competition level. So pillow fighting can be that.
Check it out.
Listen,
Knockout by pillow.
I can't see the
I
clip.
watched them clips. Did you see the one with the Joker?
No, I didn't see that one.
Fam, that Joker was effing people up. I was like, yo,
Was he laughing the whole way?
No, he was dead face, like serious, like just,
Whooping ass, bro. Damn.
and they
Oh, yeah, I
slowed
definitely gotta see
down.
that.
They slowed down his hit because he kind of like dodged somebody. He came back with like a whop, and the dude face just was like, ugh. Here's the thing with pillow fighting, y'all. If you go to their website, the PFC's website, they have like a little box. If you want to enter in to be a fighter,
Uh-huh.
go ahead, man. If pillow fighting, you think you can pillow fight with the best of them?
Pillow fight championship.
Yeah,
I
man.
think it's a great idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's
we
a
wanna
great
sponsor
idea.
a tournament.
Pillow fighting tournament.
Oh,
Hey,
a
low-key.
Milwaukee Pod pillow fight tournament.
That
Man?
sound kind of valid.
Hey, I'm taking on whoever. Make it happen. Fucking niggas up.
Out here like homie the
Pillow
clown and
fighting
shit.
champ out here.
Homie
Hey,
the
you
clown.
gotta have.
Make the belt now.
It's gonna be a big ass pillow. Put like the Marshmallow Man face on it and shit.
No, I just win them. Like the prize could be like a memory foam pillow or something like that. Something
Memory
real nice.
foam.
Something you take home and sleep well that night after. You know.
Be the Sandman on the logo and shit.
I think it's a great idea. To be honest with y'all, I'm looking forward to
Like
seeing how we
I've been
develop.
watching clips the entire time y'all been talking. Like
It's
I can do this.
entertaining. Oh, you think you can pillow fight?
I can do this.
Well, we're gonna make it happen.
He gonna be the pillow fight Thanksgiving champ.
Hey,
The pillow fight. Hell no.
like again, like my version of like hand-to-hand combat is like I don't want to get hit.
But with a
With
pillow,
a pillow, I can take it.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Give me a mouthpiece so I don't get hit in my mouth.
hey, you can go ahead. Here go the clip. I'm gonna
Watch out for the feathers.
show these gentlemen the clip with the Joker real quick. But like, I think pillow fighting got a
Damn.
real chance to be some.
He fucking him
Oh,
up.
yeah. Oh, he
He
beat the
just
shit
looked
out-
down and just started going
Damn.
left and right.
I'm not saying like NFL big,
Oh
but
yeah,
like,
he was whooping. He was beating. He whooping their ass.
My man said, hold on.
Hang
Fucking
motion
dude
is
up,
a-
dude in the corner and shit. That is funny.
hit you with this pillow.
He did look like he would kind of creep me out, bro. I ain't
I'm
gonna
telling
lie
you,
to
get in the ring with some.
he was big as shit too. Like what?
Like
What is
combine
this?
it with like pro wrestling where you have gimmicks and shit. Like
Yeah, that'd be
they
dope.
said they want people with big personalities to join the pillow fighting championship.
Yeah, promos before.
Look, Tim said, I mean, you got the personality for it.
and you
Not
got
no
the Roman
more,
Reigns
bro.
vest, so you know.
I'll be your
Fam.
manager, bro. Hell yeah, we talking
That
big
could be
shit.
a
I ain't got the personality
talking
for
big
it no
shit,
more,
bro.
bro.
It could be a quick weekend, fam. 5 stacks.
Hey,
for
bro.
pillow fighting.
I definitely be
sound like
Paul
a traveling
Heyman, bro.
And you fast, so you just hit him and run away.
There you go. See?
Just run around. That's my gimmick. Just run around the wing and shit the whole time.
Now coming to the ring. Ass catch him.
You got that Pokemon hat and everything, fam.
Hell yeah. As you do the whole boy, we be out here eating, bro.
We got you, fam. We got
Hey,
you.
there we go.
Speaking of fighting and whatnot, the Royal Rumble was this past weekend. As Eric mentioned, the Royal Rumble pool winners. Shout out to y'all. I ain't gonna say what we said at the beginning of the show, but make sure you put your claim in if you haven't yet.
Oh yeah.
So just recap the Royal Rumble real quick. To me, the women's Rumble match was more entertaining than the men's match.
Very much so.
Yeah, very much.
That men's match was boo boo.
I kind of, it felt disappointing. Like I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep.
That's because 80%.
I was falling. I was for the text. I was like, yo, your boy's struggling.
That's why my tweets and everything.
I was tired.
I was up. I watched the whole damn thing.
I ended up
Yeah,
on
you
that.
were. You.
Hey, yeah, you was
You
you
were
was
feeling
there.
it.
What you mean? What you talking about?
You was feeling the whole show.
I was. I actually enjoyed the Rumble a
You
lot.
sent us some very excited voice memos.
Fam, Tim didn't know
But
what he was on.
man.
No.
I swear.
I thought about it after
I
I
was
sent
like,
it to you, and I was like, you know
what,
what? I was tripping. No, I'm still standing on that shit. Like they still will unify them damn belts. Like I wasn't tripping on it out of nowhere. Brock is still trying to do it too on the actual show. Brock has been trying to get them to do double belt. I mean, to unify the title, but then he didn't get his message. Roman was like, nah, fuck that shit, and Bobby stepped in. Now that Brock is back at Roman again, he's back on talking about winning it from Bobby after the Elimination Chamber and then going against Roman because he picked Roman for his WrestleMania championship match.
Yeah, but you said that like
Before
right after the
we
match
had that
ended.
stuff,
and-
yeah.
It was in the middle of him getting F5, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm watching him lose the match, and I'm still saying that he's going to unify the belts.
in the context of when you said it though was not accurate.
No. Yes and no.
But
Like
it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed your voice memos.
Yeah,
I want to
no,
say that. I enjoyed them thoroughly.
But yeah, I had a ball for that pay-per-view. I
Yeah,
thought this was-
Ronda Rousey won women's match. Brock Lesnar won the men's match.
Mhm.
So two folks who ain't been around came in and
Come back and get the dubs.
Well, it's
Did they think?
WrestleMania season, you know.
Mhm.
So we'll at least
You
see
know
him
how
for the next
Vince-
2
you know
months.
how Vince do. Yeah.
At least 2 months. I'm fine with that.
And
Match
like-
of the night.
Go ahead.
For me, Seth
Probably.
and Roman.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's unanimous, probably.
Yeah,
Seth and Roman.
That shit
was
was
good
fire.
match. yeah, it was a good match. I was thoroughly entertained.
Rollins carried that match.
Oh yeah,
Like, he put on a fucking show. Roman did a good job for it, but I mean, that was really more so like the Rollins match.
It was a
like,
great dance. They worked very well together. And off of
Yeah,
each other.
man. It was. I enjoyed that, and I can't wait for him to come back and because again, he's not out the picture either.
he gonna be in Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah.
No, he's not in elimination.
Yeah,
Chamber.
yes.
Is he?
Yeah, Seth Rollins is. Yeah,
Did he get in there?
Yes.
they announced it before. That's before KO and what's the name for?
Oh, I must have missed his face.
See, I'm actually watching.
I was watching it last night.
No,
but-
I'm just saying like I haven't been watching, but now it made me.
So like
watching
maybe
AEW.
maybe it is a byproduct of the fact that I haven't been watching, but like I know a lot of the conversation afterwards, like people were really down on it. I'm like, I enjoyed it. Like it was,
Same.
Yeah, it was. It was a
fine.
good
because
Like-
the men's rumble match was so boo.
It was,
but I mean, like
but-
it was boo, like maybe because like people put expectations on. Like I read afterwards, like people like, oh man, like Cody Rhodes might show up or.
No, I was-
whoever. I mean, I'm just saying, like people build it
Gotcha.
up in their heads, but it's like I haven't been watching, so like I don't know. Everything is new to me. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
maybe for people that have been watching, it's like, oh, this was inevitable. Like this was gonna happen. It's like
I haven't been watching either, but I was talking to the mayor about why the men's match was so disappointing. He was like, part of why it was disappointing was like everybody who they had coming in from like 3 to 20, you knew they weren't gonna win. Like it was just kind of like, all
Mhm.
right, like what are we doing here? Like, can we who in this ring that you really think can win this match? And then when people
Mhm.
started coming in who you thought could win, then here come Brock, and then you're like, oh,
It's
well,
it's over.
Everybody was like, "Oh,
Yeah, so
he's
you
winning."
heard his music. Oh, that's
But
right.
to be fair, like in the women's rumble, which has seemed to be more well received, it's
Mhm.
like they brought back a bunch of legends that you also know aren't going to win. So
But
the possibility of one of them actually winning was greater. No,
Is
it
it?
was, yeah, because
Melina?
I thought that Lita was gonna be like, I thought
She's-
Lita could have won.
Right.
She
okay,
fighting,
yeah, her,
man,
but like
what's her
Kelly,
name?
Kelly, Melina,
no, not them.
But
But
then, but like
you still had the Biancas. You still had the Ripleys. You still had like valid
Shayna-
contenders.
yeah, you
too.
had people in there, and then on top of
Naomi
that too,
too.
yeah, on top of that too, it's like we knew the women's rumble was gonna have so many more legends because they
They announced it.
advertising.
yeah, and they cut the roster down, like the roster side, so we knew they had to bring legends in, but like
Mhm.
I don't know, like the men's match was disappointing for sure, but Brock Lesnar
Like I did call it like 20. I was like, this feels like Brock Lesnar's gonna come out and win.
Yeah.
But
Which is wild because 20 should have. Me and Sam was talking about that, by the way, because they said that before Brock Lesnar was a last second surprise entrant, Matt Riddle was supposed to win.
Yeah.
the Rumble.
Matt Riddle was supposed to win the
Yeah.
Rumble.
Matt Riddle was Sam's number.
Oh,
Bro.
Sam is kind of like the Thanksgiving champ with the Rumble.
Uh-huh.
She wins a lot with the Rumble, and if he was stayed at that number, she would have won again if they didn't make a last minute decision. But we was thinking about, I was like, Randy Orton, she had the number flop last year, and Doug was pissed.
Doug was
But
upset.
Edge coming in and shit, and then the year before, and then Randy Orton actually won it a different year and shit like that. Like she been rolling. Like I think she won 3 of them. I was like, oh, you kind of like.
I mean, she's won some of our
Thanksgiving
personal ones. I think she won one of our Tech File ones. But I know she's won like most
personal.
of our
That was
personal
just in general. I was like, whenever we have a
Shit, I'd
pool,
rather
she
win the
usually
personal.
wins.
Same. But shout out to everybody who participated in the pool and whatnot. It was fun seeing the tweets come in. People were like, oh, I got Ricochet, and I was like,
Hey, he got chopped. Oh my god, dog. Me and Sam laughed for 20 minutes straight. We laughed for 20 minutes straight. That man got hit by the hand of God. It was just like deadpan poof. It was like, damn.
it's also fun to see the timeline.
Talk about wrestling.
Talking about like being on wrestling
Yeah.
because it's a big four. Like you just like I mentioned, I have not been faithfully watching. So like I was like, why are my music different now? Jesus Christ.
Everybody, some of them debuted on the Royal Rumble with new music. I'm like, bro, this was on your shit last week.
But,
I will say for like Laps fans or whatever, like first of all,
good catch.
the Rumble I always say is the best time to like re-enter into because like they recap basically what everybody's story is. Like you can kind of tell like
They
where
end a lot
momentum
of
is
them.
going
Yeah.
for people. Like
Uh-huh.
it's a great re-entry point because it's on the way to WrestleMania, which is now its own little self-contained story basically.
Mhm.
Second, like if you want a rooting interest, like I've seen that DraftKings or whoever, like they have an official like Royal Rumble pool, but like a fun game, like especially if you watch it with a group of people,
Yeah.
like make your own pool, like join ours,
Yeah,
but
join
also
us for sure.
make your own pool. And then it gives you a rooting interest like
For
in
sure.
the match where you wouldn't necessarily have one.
That's what
Yeah.
helped me. Like I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Then I had
I
Nikki
was-
Bell in the room. I was like, oh shoot.
I was entertained.
I said,
Man, I still love Nikki Bell.
I ain't know a lot of the people. I was like, I know who this
Luckily, I was
Yeah.
watching with because my husband never stopped
The mail.
watching. Like
The
he
mail.
hasn't been watching as frequently recently, but he still records everything, goes back
Mhm.
to watch it. But like
That's what
he would be like, oh yeah, she was wrestling back in this time, and I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
like, I
watching
was
back
like,
then.
who is this? I watch AEW faithfully now.
Listen, next week's tomorrow's
Uh-huh.
episode of is it Dynamite or is it Rampage? Which one's Wednesday?
Rampage.
Dynamite
No,
is the primary show.
look at me low.
Dynamite is Wednesday.
Yeah, there. you
I'm
go.
watching that tomorrow. I'm watching that CM Punk match. But anyways, it was tight. It was
Can
it
I
was
just
fun.
say, like, I feel like I get it, they took the bag, but like I feel like WWE really fucked up when they moved the network over to
They
Peacock.
really did because it's not good.
No, and the
Dude.
fact that you can't like go back, like they made it harder to go back and watch old wrestling, which was like the primary reason for getting.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
mean, the
skip the certain
pay-per-views, yeah,
matches.
but-
You got to fast forward.
She'll
all the-
have some shit, and then they be like, "Oh, this is the Rumble collection." Like, okay,
No.
18 hours long. Like, bro, why didn't y'all cut this up?
And, no, and even the way they organized it, like I was trying to go back to watch certain Rumbles, and it didn't say like the year. It was like season 1, episode
Yeah.
29. Like, what does that mean?
season. What
Yeah,
is
they put it,
this?
but it was like seasoned by the Rumble.
Then
But I
I
was like,
had
this
to
is
do
weird.
math when I figured out what number, what one. And I'm like, okay, this is stupid. Then I
Yeah,
couldn't.
Peacock
skip.
trash.
It's super trash.
It's terrible.
It's
Peacock
super
does.
trash.
And then they
Peacock is
charged you
terrible.
$5 to get the premium because now they slid it over to the I was like, bro.
Well, we don't always do that. That's only part of the thing. But
At least
Okay.
it's only $5.
Yeah.
But
But it's $5 that we didn't have to spend in the
Oh,
first
yeah.
place.
I mean, you was already spending 10 on the network, so like now you be paying half the price for a worse product.
That's the only time I
Well, that's been the
really.
$10
The only time I
Yeah,
watch
it was
Peacock is
$9.99
for what premium events.
Yeah.
That's the only time I even turn it on.
Because like, who the fuck wants to watch a streaming service with commercials?
Nobody.
I always had the
Even though
premium,
Hulu.
So I always had the premium. I don't.
Yeah,
I,
I can't
I will
fuck with- I hate
pay
commercials,
for no
yeah.
commercials.
Yeah,
We
I
got
hate
the
no problem with that.
ESPN Plus, Hulu, Disney
Mhm.
Plus package, so you can't
Yeah, you
upgrade
can.
to the commercial free.
Oh yeah, you can.
I'm looking to because
Nigga,
I
you
ain't see
call-
that.
You got to call them though. You can't like
Oh.
do it online. You got to actually
What type
call
of shit
them.
is
Call
that? You
them.
gotta
Chit
call
chat with
It's
somebody.
2022.
It's
Hey,
called.
So I ain't even have
Hey,
full clicks. Where's the
hey.
click at, bro?
If you want a discount, sometimes you got to put in some extra work. It's worth it if you got the bundle. Some closing things out before we get into the blow the whistle and the top 5 for this week.
Oh shit.
Jazz forward Joe Ingles is out for the rest of the season after tearing his ACL. So now Utah has to figure out how to replace Ingles. And given the fact that he is going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer.
Oh, no, Joe.
After he signed a 1-year extension in 2019. So it's a bad spot for Utah to be in because they were looking for a perimeter player to help play defense to kind of supplement their roster some. And now they're losing a key cog in their rotation. And I don't know how they're going to be able to replace his production.
I do think that they were intending to package him with a first-round pick anyway, which I don't think that this necessarily makes that any less appealing because people were basically trading for an expiring contract and a pick anyway. So it still might work out for him.
I think it takes some options off the table, though, if he can't play.
That's fair.
But
I still think they'll be able to upgrade their roster using his trade chip.
We'll see if they can. Sucks for him because he actually doesn't. He's been pretty healthy throughout his career. So best wishes to him as he continues to recover. Same to Portland forward Nasir Little, who's also missing the rest of the season. He tore a labrum in his left shoulder, and he was having him a breakout season. Shell said this on Twitter to me, and I was thinking about it. He said he feels the Jazz lose somebody every season. And I was trying to think, and I was like, who did they lose last year? And I was like, Mike Conley had got hurt.
He was out for a night.
Like they got hurt like in the playoffs,
but he
like
played.
they came back.
Yeah, I was like, but he was playing. But like, it's an interesting thing to think about. Jackson State University.
Yeah.
They quarterback. How do you say his name? Shador?
I think so.
Shador Sanders, who is Deion Sanders' son and the quarterback of the football team. He is the first college football player to sign an NIL deal with Gatorade. The 19-year-old is going to be working with Gatorade to drive national exposure of HBCU programs and athletes as part of the multi-year partnership he signed.
Hey.
The quote that he said about the partnership was, this whole HBCU thing that's going on right now is bringing some national attention. We got players from Power 5 coming to HBCU schools now. It wasn't like that a couple years ago. So it's just really exciting to see that competition will go up. Everything's going to go up. And honestly, other players in HBCU should get deals also. So shout out to him.
Definitely shout out. That's dope.
Getting that done. So not only that's a bit like first college player, period. They got to get deal with Gatorade as an HBCU quarterback. And then Grambling State also announced the NIL deal for all scholarship student athletes. So the school will get credit, of course, for the deal that's going to happen. But hey, everybody getting something. Everybody eating that Grambling.
That's what's up.
Yeah, they are.
Dope.
Like bringing it back to Brian Flores, like if his NFL career is done, like I would like to see him make his way to a HBCU
and continue that momentum they building.
Yeah,
I can see
But
that.
Shaq is calling for Deion to leave there and go to Dallas.
No,
the Cowboys.
He think that Deion should be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Deion asked need to stay there until the people that he recruited to go there are not longer there.
But Eddie George came in and kind of co-signed it because they feel like that he could bring a different culture and he knows how to win. And he like, no, what he's doing for HBCUs right now is perfect.
Yeah.
He's bringing all this attention, all this money starting to flow in there and shit like that. They go upgrade these facilities and shit like that. Like the players and all the players are starting to get paid.
And honestly, I think Deion Sanders' personality suits being a college football coach more than it does coaching a professional football team.
Because he took
maybe 2 years in Dallas. If we being real, because I don't know like his actual football coaching, but like him being able to like
to run
shape,
that area.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he probably runs that entire little area. He probably Deion probably uplifted around that motherfucker, especially with the work they probably would start putting into communities and stuff like that around there too. Like, yeah, why would you leave that and go to the NFL?
I think he got a nice setup right now. It's always a bad.
Shit, that's why Nick Saban ain't left.
What a bag.
I mean, shit, he's the man down there in Alabama too.
I mean, he also can basically
Big
write
bag.
his own check. Like,
Yeah.
he
Big
get paid
bag.
whatever he wants. Like, I don't know if Jackson State got that same kind of budget.
Not
No,
yet.
they don't. Not yet.
Not yet.
Blow the whistle time.
All right, now that's enough out of you. You know what? Tee his ass up.
I wrote down 2. I'm gonna only do 1.
Okay.
And this is the one that made me upset the most. No, I mean Jeff Garcia is also an idiot, but
Of course.
people already handled Jeff Garcia.
Thoroughly.
Didn't he protect his tweet?
Probably. He made the comment on Instagram. So, anyways, was driving up Good Hope in Milwaukee, just minding my black business, enjoying the day. on my way in the car in front of me. We got the light. We all chilling at the light, waiting patiently. The passenger door opens up and a cup just get thrown to the ground. And then they drive off at the light. And I'm sitting there like, I'm not blowing whistles on people who litter from their cars in particular. Because listen, first of all, if you litter, period, you're late. Like something's wrong with you. Because come on, man, like you can get to where you're gonna get to. But if you litter from a car, you're clearly going to a destination. And wherever you're going is going to have a trash can. You can't wait till you get to where you're going to throw it away. You just want to ruin the earth.
Let me throw a whole meals out
the window.
Yeah.
Cups.
Whole meals, bro.
T-shirts. Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna drop that. Let me go ahead and just.
And the thing is, that car is probably already filthy.
Exactly.
Yeah, just wait till you get to where you're going. Please, like, come on, man. Like, the earth don't ask too much of you to pick up after yourself. Come on, don't just throw stuff everywhere. And then you wonder why neighborhoods look the way they be looking in certain areas of the city. It's because y'all be, listen, man.
We got the number 5 on the flow.
Why? A whole
8-piece wing with a green bean and a yam up the freeway.
I ain't like it. I'm gonna throw it out the window. Just wait. Literally, and as you're driving, there are trash cans along the way too. Just public trash cans on the streets. Like, that's another level of lazy. If you litter from your car.
The trash be by the trash can.
Next to it.
On the ground right next to it. Or laying on top of it.
It just upsets me when I see people litter. And I want to blow the whistle on people who do that. And if you listen to this and you've done it before or you do it currently, please be better. Please be better, because your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids is going, like, your decisions are going to affect them one way or another. So please do your best.
I have a late breaking blow the whistle really quick. Apparently the Washington Commanders name was unveiled on accident by a helicopter that the team like employed for the unveiling. Like, I guess they were doing a practice run and like
shoot.
Oh, Washington football team can't even
Unveil their name properly.
I mean,
Roll
it
out
fits.
all fucked up.
It do.
It's
on
the
brand.
Washington football team.
It's on brand.
Well, I guess the Washington Commanders now.
How do y'all feel about Commanders while we're here?
Generic.
I like football team better.
I like football team way better.
Washington Commanders sounds like the fake team that they create for like a movie.
That's the fake team on Madden when you doing the expansion.
Oh, there you go.
The Commanders. Anywho, that's that.
Yeah, it says looks like Washington Commanders has their name, logos, and maybe even their jerseys revealed one day early by a team of news helicopters.
Yikes. Yikes. All right. Take top 5 time.
5, 4, 3,
2.
1.
Tech Top 5.
Yes, sir. Last week we did a Royal Rumble based top 5 because, hey, the Rumble was taking place and there was a 3-way tie. A, B, and C. So who had I had John Cena's return, so that's me. Tim, also because he had Too Cool. And then which one of y'all had Shawn Michaels entering one as your one? That was
me,
Ken.
yeah.
So 3-way tie between
Y'all just
TCK.
said mine ain't shit. Huh?
This week, because it is Black History Month, and all month we will be doing black.
I'm blacker than black.
I was just about to
Black,
say.
y'all. Blickety black, you know, black, y'all. We're
I'm
doing
blackity
black.
black. Hey, because I'm black and I'm back.
We're doing black top 5s, black top 5. So this week we are doing best inventions by black creators. Tim.
Okay, so I put mine in order based on, just how I felt about them, I guess. So, number 5, I'm gonna go with Marie Van Brittan Brown. She invented the home security
System.
the home security system. So, 1966, she filed the first ever home security system. Her original design contained a camera, 2-way microphone, peepholes, monitors, all serving foundations for today's modern system.
Her and her husband were the ones who patented it together. So if you ever see it say she was a co-creator, that's why.
Number 4, Mark Dean. Dean, who earned a doctorate at Stanford University, is a co-inventor of IBM's original personal computer. So, but the keyboard, the mouse, printer, key, all of that, that's him too.
That's me.
Which is, honestly, if we're going off of impact, that's probably number 1.
We can argue.
Just based on today. Like,
No, I feel you.
number 3, I'm gonna go Garrett Morgan. So
He got a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely got
But the
him.
one that I'm gonna talk about is the traffic signal.
Yep.
And he's also the one that kind of invented the caution light
Mhm.
and as well as the gas mask.
That gas mask. I'm sure.
yeah,
Did you have to
boy.
wear gas mask in the
I
military?
did. That shit sucked.
Yeah.
Better than the gas though.
Because we had to take it off.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, because they were like, they got an count, take it off and breathe in real quick. Oh my God! Nope, shit sucked.
They put y'all through some
You
stuff.
mean
in the military.
shit? You got snot running down your. It's the ugliest you ever look in your life. You got snot, you got sweat, you got tears.
Can I ask what was the purpose of them gassing y'all?
So you can
So
kind
you
of
know
get
what
the
it's like.
antibodies and shit, and kind of get like filled, like have the feeling of.
So if it happened to you at war,
Yep.
or in
Kinda
combat,
I was listening to a Hot Ones interview with Margot Robbie, however you pronounce her name,
Mhm.
Harley Quinn.
Oh,
And she was saying like they taught her, like a free diver taught her how to like breathe, like how to hold her breath for a long time. And she was saying like, yeah, like the way that it works is that he explains to you like what happens to your body when whatever point you reach, so that you know how much more time you have. So she's like,
Oh.
your body gets to convulsing and doing all these other things, and you're like, oh, it's cool. I still got a minute and a half left or whatever. And she's like that peace of mind like makes it so that you don't freak out essentially.
Ah,
okay.
because yeah,
Makes
typically
sense.
when she start running out of breath, you be like,
The
oh,
first thing you do
no,
is
I gotta go, I gotta go,
Yeah.
and you start flipping out, and then you start convulsing. Body start getting all tingly.
Not tingly.
Yeah, bro. Wow.
Some of these tingles.
Number 2, I got Frederick
Peter
McKinley
Tingle.
Jones.
So you're Peter Tingle
Oh,
No, I
Hello.
ain't got one of
Whoa.
those.
from Spider-Man.
oh.
My name
They
Peter.
call it Spider.
I think.
Y'all ain't gonna have me out here.
So you're talking this guy's pickle.
Hey. Anyway, Frederick McKinley Jones.
sir.
He developed the refrigeration equipment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he is responsible for inventing automatic refrigerated air cooling units for trucks, trains, ships, planes, and which also help for the preservation of food.
Absolutely.
And number 1, I have George Crumb. So George Crumb, because it's my favorite snack, is the inventor of the
The
potato chip.
Well, that's what I said.
Potato
Hell,
chip.
potato
So
chips.
Crumb was a chef and restaurateur, and is said to unintentionally create the potato chip during the summer of 1853. They were made in response to a customer who sent back the fried potatoes after complaining they were too thick. The crisps were an instant hit, and though Crumb never patented the creation, chips are arguably now one of the world's favorite snacks.
That
It's
man
my
said-
favorite for sure.
That man said, "Oh, yeah, it's too thick, huh?"
I got some,
Okay.
got some for your monkey.
Okay,
ass.
try
He was
that
just-
shit
he was
now.
just being petty.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Like, that's
And
too
it tur-
thick.
It
Guys,
turns
that's
out to
too
be
thin.
delicious.
Actually, it's
Right.
perfect, my guy. This is actually perfect.
I have never had.
Can you do it again?
That's
Can you
all
piss
it
me off again? Send that
Yeah.
shit back.
Can you piss me off?
Eric, what's your top 5?
Before I get to that, I just want to play this.
And I'm like, we gotta play that every week.
Hell
I was
yeah.
like, we should. That should have been in the intro in the background.
Oh, definitely. Oh, we start the show off with that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Say less.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Shell's pettiness created a masterpiece.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Aaron Rodgers taking notes and shit.
You wish. You gotta finish the damn job.
5.
Half.
I'm gonna go with a childhood favorite, Lonnie Johnson,
Super soakers.
crazy young super soaker. Pause.
Kind of agree.
Hey yo. Because it's a sports show, Dr. George Grant, he invented the golf tee.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of littering, Lloyd P. Ray created
Come
the
on now.
dustpan.
Okay.
Something we use all the time.
Yes, depends on who you're talking to.
That's also very true. And when you ain't got one, just use some paper.
As a homeowner, shouts out to John Albert Burr. He made the lawnmower.
Okay.
And number 1, let me go with Garrett Morgan, 3 light traffic light.
Yes, sir. That's my number 1 as well.
Black it up,
Spoiler
black it
alert. Number 5 for me,
For
George T. Sampson, who made the clothes dryer.
Okay.
Mhm.
Prior to that, the way that they were drying things, if they weren't, just hanging it up and letting the air dry, was that they were some barrels that they used to have that had some holes in them, and they would be turned by hand over a fire to
Oh
dry.
boy, you was cooking your clothes?
to dry.
The whole pig roast on the motherfucking
Oh,
clothes. Like,
shit.
is the clothes done yet? Can you smell them?
So
See, so like where I thought you were gonna go is like Petey Pablo. Just whip
Oh,
around
no,
your
you-
head.
Wave your ears.
It's all straight man. Let's.
So when George Sampson came along, he was like, okay, so let me just have this frame that's suspended above a stove to dry it. So we got to use open fire no more. We can just
Mhm.
actually use a heating source to dry these clothes. So
Yeah.
it was the modern, creation for the dryers we have
The-
now.
My family country is hell, but did y'all like mamas ever say you smell like outside?
All the
All the time.
I say
But
that-
no, I say that to my kids.
Ain't that the equivalent
No,
to like dry your clothes outside? Like all your
No,
clothes smell like outside?
no.
I ain't never
No.
done it, so I don't know.
When you
Smelling
dry,
like outside just mean you musty.
that
Nah,
means you,
that's not even just
It's
that.
not even much.
It's
It's
a
like
different
it's
scent.
sweat
It's mud.
and like grass and like
Yeah,
It's musty.
and like
and you still smell like
must
pollution.
all together.
Pollution.
All of that shit just mixed in.
Because you can smell musty and smell outside. And those are two different smells.
Mhm.
Must smell like subs and shit.
Cousin Sub.
Hey,
Cousins.
that's my go-to line. If somebody in my house must have like, damn, y'all making plenty sandwiches around this bitch. And everybody kind of look. I'm like, somebody need to go hop in the shower. Somebody need to go stop making sandwiches, my
What kind
guy.
of subs y'all be eating?
Cousin
This is
Sub
Cousin
smells like
Subs.
onions. That's exactly what. Listen,
Hey, they onions be strong and shit.
Strong.
you
dog.
can get no onions on your
And
sub,
you still smell like
get
onions. Yeah.
Smelling like outside.
Number 4.
Some smell like outdoor.
I got
Nah,
Marie.
I
I got
As
Marie.
somebody that worked at Cousins, like it's because like it's just like onions come like in the big ass bucket, and then you just like slice them like all day. So
I
like
can
it's
imagine. That's what the store smells
Everything
like.
got onion juice.
yeah.
That's why I don't have to get onions. I'll just get the smell. Is good enough. It's like onion powder all over my sub. Number 4, Marie Van Britton Brown, home security system, as Tim mentioned.
Mhm.
Number 3, Frederick Jones, the refrigeration equipment.
Indeed.
One thing I want to add on to what Tim was mentioning about that is that those portable cooling units were especially important during World War II, which helped preserve blood, medicine, and food for the army, hospitals, and on open battlefields. Speaking of that, kind of going to my number 2, I got Dr. Charles Drew,
Yep, I got him.
who created the blood bank.
Indeed.
Hey.
So he created a central location for the blood collection process where donors could go and give blood. And he made sure that all the plasma was tested before it was shipped out. And he ensured that only skilled folks could handle said plasma to avoid contamination.
Oh.
Mhm.
He also started what would later be known as blood mobiles, which were trucks containing refrigerators of stored blood, which allowed for greater mobility to get the blood around. And also, shout out to Dr. Charles Drew for this, because as a prominent African American in the field, he protested against how they were racially segregating blood, because he said there is no scientific foundation behind y'all trying to separate blood by race.
Mhm.
And then he resigned his position with the American Red Cross in protest.
Hey, Dracula was after the white folk.
Lord Jesus. And
Dracula.
The white blood.
and number 1, I got Garrett Morgan with that 3 light traffic light. I was just talking about that because I was just thinking, I forget which street we were on, but I was like, man, at some point there were no signals and you was just out here driving your car.
In some countries, there still are.
Like you had cars, you had horses, you had buggies, you had people, you had like, it was just all these different modes of transportation and no way to control it. And y'all just drive.
You better find a hole.
Like, listen,
Make a way.
that's crazy. And there's many people who they say, invented the traffic signal and whatnot, but what makes Garrett Morgan's invention stand apart is that he had the 3 different types of signals. So, shout out to him, because I can't imagine life without traffic signals.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
shit, we might even
chaos.
need some extra ones.
Duh.
Don't
They
worry,
ain't
we drive.
stopping into nothing but a code. You better need to put a wall up now and shit.
And Milwaukee to get rid of them passing lanes.
Why I gotta look left and right going through a green light?
Got
To go through a green light, I slow down and look left and right.
to.
Wild out here. That's
That's
my
some
top.
wild shit.
Before you do yours, Ken, shout out to a Milwaukee legend, Dr. Carter.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. He passed away this week.
Absolutely.
My great grandmother and my grandmother and my mama them always telling me about him, like, because we grew up on King Drive too, so it wasn't too far from us.
Mhm.
Well,
I
Dr.
do
Lester
want-
Carter.
I was just gonna say Lester Carter. That might be the black name, but
Yeah.
he had the only black owned job. Everybody knew who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he opened up his pharmacy, it was mostly German folks. I'm guessing the Bucks are playing bad right now.
They was up 22-10 at the beginning of the game.
at the beginning of the game, fam. That don't mean nothing. You said
Yeah.
what?
They have 6.
Okay. But yeah, like,
famous.
yeah, he's Milwaukee. He's a legend. He is a
Yeah,
legend.
truly.
He was one of the longest serving African American pharmacists in the whole country.
I had to send it to my mama. I was like, oh, Dr. Carter's died.
Ken, what's your
Um,
list?
yeah, at 5, I have I'm gonna go Charles Drew, the blood bank, like Camille stated earlier. At number 4, I'm gonna go Richard Spikes. He actually invented the automatic gear shift. I love driving trucks and stuff, so
That makes sense.
I enjoy it.
People that don't appreciate that, they never drove
Yeah.
manual transmission.
Yeah. So at number 3, I am going to go with Frederick Jones. Like we stated before, refrigerator trucks and stuff like that. Number 2, I'm gonna go Thomas I think it's Eakins.
I think it is Eakins.
Yeah, he did the modern toilet. We all
Oh shit.
toilet. And the number 1, I am gonna go with Garrett Morgan. Traffic lights.
The traffic lights. I just want to shout out some other things that Black folks have invented as we close up the show. Automatic elevator doors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He made that just because he felt safety for his daughter.
The tissue holder.
Okay.
Folding chairs.
Mhm.
Ice cream scoopers. The lawn sprinkler. The mop. A reversible baby stroller. Listen,
Made a lot of convenient shit.
and outside,
For
I
real.
mean, and of course, we know like with George Washington Carver and peanut butter and all that type of
Mhm,
stuff, like
Mhm.
the letterbox, stainless steel pads,
The
disposable syringes.
sanity belt.
Yes, because that
Which
was
the
on
blue
my
pad.
short list because as men, I'm not sure how much y'all know about the history of like menstrual cycles and products that were designed to help women during that time period, but like, my God, the things that even like my grandmother had to use, I would be like, I don't want to do this.
I gotta live like this.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So shout out to all of the different Black inventors and shout out to those who are still inventing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our show this week. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure that you share, like, subscribe, rate, review, and all that good stuff that helps the show grow. Free ways to support the pod. We need all of them
For sure.
because we can't get to where we want to get to without y'all help. So please share, continue tuning in live. Appreciate you, Mark and Shells, for rocking with us in the comments during the live show. Shout out to Lions Nation, who was in the good news chat box, rocking along with us along the way as well. Appreciate all of the live listens for sure.
Mhm.
If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me
Wait a minute.
on the Twitter and the Instagram and these PSN streets at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE, because.
Your mom is fancy.
And real quick, if you do play 2K, please hit me up because my niggas don't play 2K no more. So I need a new squad now.
I've been busy, bro. I ain't
wanna
really
hear
been
that.
on it.
He been streaming Madden, but he ain't playing no 2K.
That's once.
Just
That's a 45-minute game once.
Hey.
Straight through
5
you
minutes
out
you
here.
could have dedicated to 2K.
I'm saying that's 2 games. Dang there. Anywho,
Put you out here on front.
I'm just
Street,
saying,
B.
if y'all play 2K, hit me.
And Backstreet. At they just bus burner this week.
That's all you get.
Yep.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram, K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me.
Peace
I
out,
send y'all
Shells.
home all nice and gentle this week.
You be safe too, Shells. We out.
Appreciate you, brother.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.
I love how phonetic Spanish is.